connecting. Great. And now we'll do TikTok. Go live.
Yay.
Welcome.
Go. I definitely start. We're here now.
Looks like we gotta set everything up. There we go. Content updates. Here we are. Welcome. Hello,
Welcome.
Stuff Maybe. Lindsay. I see we had some people waiting as well. Dahlia.
Yes, thank you for the wait.
Tyran. Almond. Welcome, welcome. Rizzy, Uni, Stardust, Emil,
Cyberpulse. Rizzy.
Cyberpulse. Spox, hello. I can't hear you.
What?
What?
Dawn.
How are we doing on TikTok? Audio is muted on TikTok. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Oh, this always happens.
I know.
Hello?
Hello, hello?
That should work now.
We're back.
The TikTok app is busted. I actually figured out why the audio mutes sometime a while back.
Yay! We're back.
So actually, whenever it is muted, I know exactly why. It's because the TikTok streaming app does not pick up the audio, and I have to like refresh it, like re-add it.
Taya, hello. Marco, hello.
When you were streaming right now, I was about to draw. Hey, Marco, Clear Sky, Duck, Pappy, Taya,
Hey, Cutica. Hey, Moshi.
Salem, Moshi, Cutica, Moonlight, Tori, thank you for the share, Luke, Fox, Chloe. How's everybody doing on this
Today.
fine day?
Wednesday. It's Wednesday today. I lost track of time. I thought that today was Friday. There was one time where I thought it was Wednesday. Oh, sorry, it was Friday, and so I was like getting everything prepared for challenges, and then I'm like, wait a second, this don't look right. So and it turned out to be Wednesday.
Sure enough. Sure.
Try this. It's not that bad. It's actually pretty good. I like it. Taste this one. Taste this one, at least. I have a 5-day weekend.
No way.
5-day weekend.
I forgot about the stream until you pinged the Discord. Yeah, we just started live a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
The streams remind me of the days for real. Huh?
What days?
The days.
The days.
Why are y'all late? We had some stuff come up. We were gonna stream, and I got a phone call, and I had to be on the phone for like a half an hour.
Mm-hmm. Important stuff.
Important stuff.
Important stuff.
I'm a little sicky, but I'm good.
Aw, sick.
Great, how are you guys? I think Dahlia, I don't know what is going on, but I think you're sick more often than you're not sick. Hopefully you're feeling well enough to get the homework done and show up to the live classes.
Yes, which is this Saturday. I'm excited for this Saturday's class. I actually still got to prepare
I have a fever
for it.
and it's barely gone away. Fox, did you get to go to your theme park thing today? Sheep, Aki, hello?
Dahlia, so Sigma, Dingy says.
Jatcular? Is that how you say it? Thank you for the follow.
Oh, thank you.
No,
Huh?
you didn't go.
Ooh, Artemis says I've actually started the Chibi course and I've done 10 Chibis so far. Yippee! Congrats! Did I hurt you?
I haven't gotten sick ever since winter started. It's so weird.
So wait, that means you got sick you get sick pretty often? I don't know when was the last time I got sick. Probably last year.
Hopefully I will get one of your books tomorrow. Can't wait. Awesome. Me too. I need to finish the homework so bad. Yes, Dingy.
Dingy.
Or didn't you
Have some time management.
No
Got a lot of
wall.
stuff to draw.
I got sick in it summer here. Rip. When I lived in
Summer
Singapore,
sickness.
it was always summer.
Yep. Always summer.
Hey yo. Hello. What are we doing today? Some tutorials.
Tutorials.
Trent Vision.
Trend.
Good to see ya.
Good to see you. Vinegar, hello. I literally thought I was gonna read Binger, and I'm like, wait a second, there's two eyes.
Working on homework right now. Nice. Clear sky.
Awesome.
Yes.
So feel free to ask any questions, as always.
Doing 2 homework and the live homework today. Nice.
Nice.
Ginny, hello.
Ginny.
So we're actually going to be running our new Anime Art School promotion soon, but we're also opening up another program, which is a, what is it called? Like a coaching
session.
Coaching type program sessions. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, if you've wanted to get the Anime Art School, but you also want some sort of live feedback, we're opening up a program. I can tell you about it later. Sigmas, I'll be back in a bit. You better be doing your homework while you're away.
Yep.
For real? Can you guys teach us how to use a brush, right? For some reason I download the brush and it just doesn't work. It's just going to be default in Procreate.
Yep.
If you import it to Procreate, it should just pretty much work as is.
I need to blow my nose. I'll be right back.
Convince me to work on the classes. I'm slacking. I have upper and lower angles left to do. I do job keeping me busy. Awesome. Or I need a shower, then I'll do homework. Trust. How was your day? Our day was pretty good. There's a book series that I like, and my brother has been listening to it, and he finished book 1, and he told me that book 2 has a different narrator for the audiobook, and he was really sad because the narrator for book 2 isn't as good as book 1. He said, and I'm like, no.
I'd listen to the first book audiobook for that too.
Well, that was like the old audiobooks.
Oh yeah. Hey Till.
Till, hello.
I love art, but I need to lock in. I've started like 3 different pieces and I haven't completed any.
Lock in.
Lock in.
Lock in,
Do
chat.
one at a time.
What was the old guy say? Lock in.
In.
We're cooked, chat.
We're cooked, chat. We're cooked, chat. Alright, so let's just write down some topics.
Leopard, hello. No, 7 minutes late. We just started. We started late today.
Yeah, we did.
I'm cooked, chat. Lock in.
So funny. You know what? I'll put me on the cutesy ball gown.
Emerald, hello.
Did someone say that they needed help with upper and lower angles or something?
Nah, Autumn said she was working on upper and lower angles. I think
that's the
I
extra
have
option.
upper and lower angles left to do.
Nice.
Wait, you don't have to do upper and lower angles?
No, you don't
It's
have to.
optional?
It's optional.
I would not have given that as optional.
I didn't know how much time people had in the day. I was trying to be considerate of their time. But
I would have. Colton is saying if you're in Anime Art School Live, you get the stink eye from me if you don't do the upper and lower angles.
Okay, well maybe I should just up the homework for this week.
Yes. I'm doing it anyways. Don't worry.
Hey Snaz.
Mate. How you doing, mate? I used some of your guys' tutorials today. My anatomy has improved drastically.
Oh
awesome!
gosh,
Congrats.
yay.
Where do I find the brush you guys are using? You can find it on our profile.
Yes, thumbnails.
For free. There's a link on our profile. You can go to that page. It's going to be a green button that says digital brush. Make sure you open it in your browser or else you cannot download it. Otherwise, you can actually go to our Discord server and type !brush in one of the channels, and the bot will respond with the download link.
So Clear Sky, you said thumbnails, but it's more like thumbnails for environments, right? Is that what you wanted? New to your TikTok, I hope I can learn from you guys. Yay!
Hello.
Ask any questions if you want. So we have thumbnails and noses. We're happy to take a few more. Yay, noses, yep. I'm on it. I don't want the stink eye. Shalindria says. Shalindria's on the list.
Yup.
We'll see if we have time to do a watercolor today.
Yup.
I would love to do a watercolor.
Oh my gosh, guys. This is the viral acrylic markers that have been going around.
On TikTok. Thumbnails
oh my gosh,
for characters.
guys. We got the viral acrylic markers on TikTok. We literally did get them. I'm not lying.
Nails on fingers. Okay. Nails, fingernails. I should just say fingernails instead of... And someone said thumbnails for characters.
You buy chocolate, I'm sure.
I have not tried that
I'm
yet.
sure Tori's already on it.
For characters.
I'm stuck in my comfort zone and I would like to know how to get out of it. Any tip? Best way? Take a class or get a mentorship. They'll push you out of your comfort zone. Otherwise, you can push you out of it yourself.
How do you determine what to simplify when making something in a different art style from a reference? That's an interesting question.
Look at reference of the style.
Yeah.
Stylizing.
Yeah, stylizing. Okay, we got some pretty high IQ topics today. We got thumbnails for characters, fingernails, noses, stylizing. How would you do watercolor for your OCs whenever the watercolor stuff ends?
And what would you ever do watercolor of your OCs whenever? Maybe.
Maybe.
Depends. I'm sure that promotion will be coming back in the future anyway.
Yeah. All right, we'll do this for now. We'll add more when we feel like we want to add more. So let's start off with noses, probably. So I'm kind of thinking thumbnails and stuff like that in general is kind of be a bit of a longer topic, but we'll go through shorter ones first.
Are they good markers? I have no idea. We haven't used them yet.
We haven't used them. We're probably going to use them sometime soon. So we'll do some noses, fingernails, but since these ones are a little bit shorter, we'll go over those two first. Noses.
What markers are they? The shuttle art ones? Well, we have a couple of them. We have the Master's Touch. These ones.
Yep.
We got these at Hobby Lobby. We got this set.
We got
these ones. Escrow-wise.
These are the ones I've been using lately for watercolor.
These are the ones that Christina used. So these ones Christina used on Miki's hair here. Like that.
Pretty opaque, honestly.
Yeah, they work pretty well. And then there's the shuttle art ones, which
those ones are only $20.
Which I ordered. And so there's all the colors.
Ooh, I can't wait to use that.
We have not tried these ones yet. So we'll see, fingers crossed. How do you get rid of art block? There's various ways. It depends. What exactly sort of art block are you experiencing? Some people say art block when they try to draw but nothing turns out. Other people say it's art block when they have no motivation and they aren't even trying to draw. There's a lot of different kinds of art block is a term that people use really loosely. So what exactly are you experiencing? What do you find? Do you want to draw but nothing turns out? Are you not motivated to draw? Hello, Nazi.
Alright. So noses, what I like to do is just simplify them like a triangular prism. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll draw this shape directly onto the nose, and this also depends on the perspective. So for a very simple nose, like as a placeholder nose, I like to just draw I like to find out where the range of my nose is going to be. Generally, it's going to be about in the middle of the face, but it's not going to be super low, like down here, and it's not going to be super high up, like right here. It's going to be somewhere in the middle. So I like to place that as like a little placeholder. That's one option that you can use.
Hey Daniel, I have nothing to draw nor motivation. If that was me, and I had that art block, and I had nothing to draw and no motivation, I would come up with probably a new story and characters, and I would try to figure out some characters that had an interesting dynamic together, like maybe a wise old private detective and a fiery little, I don't know, girl who can't be controlled, and so there's like these interesting personalities stuck together, and so I would go, oh, that would be cool. What if the detective was babysitting and had to bring her to like a crime scene and told her to stay in the car, and she didn't, and she like started going around, and then there was a bad guy, and the bad guy tried to kidnap her, and the detective had to get her back, like, and then all of a sudden all these different ideas come to my mind, and I'm not having a lack of things to draw anymore. That's what I like to do, and I just made that up randomly. It could have been any story at all, right? Like, just make up. I like to have two characters, one of them has an interesting dynamic with another, and then all of these illustrations and stories just start popping into my head.
Yeah, I really actually like that story. That's really fun.
And all of a sudden, I want to draw it. I'm just like, oh my gosh, what would the guy look like? What kind of hat would he have? What kind of jacket would he have? What would the girl wear? And that's how I deal with art block personally. And then all of a sudden, you can make a whole, like Pinterest board about it. That's one thing. You can use that story, by the way. It's not like it's copyrighted or anything.
Yeah.
You can use that. I come up with stories all the time. So, um, find reference. You know,
Yeah.
that's how I deal with art block. Stick interesting things together, and they become more interesting. Colton Christina would totally draw that story.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure. How can you do a clothing? Maybe we'll put clothing on the list as well.
Can creating an original OC be a topic you can teach us about? Sure.
Sure.
Why don't we do that story that I just made?
Okay. Creating an original OC.
And then we could do the girl and the
Detective.
detective.
OCs.
Okay, the Z.
Detective story. Alright.
Can you do with clothing?
I do have clothing on the list, so we'll see if we get to that. Alright. Let's talk about noses.
We should have a stream where we go over character design and design those too. Yeah, we used to do stuff like that more often.
Yeah. Let's make sure everyone can see that. So when I think about noses, I think about this, but as like a dotted line in my brain. So this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this invisibly. And all I have to do is choose how much of this do I want to show. One way that I show it is just by drawing the keystone corner, the bridge of the nose, and the bottom of the nose with the nostril, and that'll be perfectly fine. Depends, of course, on the style of your character. If you want to be a little bit more chiseled, you can add more on top. You can be a bit more descriptive. Like, for instance, showing that keystone corner, adding in those crinkles, adding in the bone of the nose, and maybe adding some extra bumps at the ends, and maybe even, defining the sides of the nose as well. But they all have this in common. So if you just use that as a base and just decide how much do I want to show or subtract, that will depend on you. Now this nose looks really, really weird on this head shape. So if I wanted this nose to match the head shape, I would probably chisel this head a lot more. But we're talking about different nose types. So that's another nose type that you can think about. Male faces.
Watching on a projector today. Nice.
Ooh, a
swag.
projector.
How big are we? Are we on the wall?
Set a picture.
Lighting, cool and warm colors.
Ooh, cool and warm colors. Cool and warm lighting.
I lose motivation to draw when I see one of my bad arts. What do I do to be motivated all the time? I don't know if there's anything you can do to be motivated all of the time, but when you lose motivation because you draw something and you don't like how it turned out, that's because you are linking your emotional state to how you want your artwork to turn out. Generally, how your artwork turns out is outside of your control. You cannot force yourself to make a good artwork or not. So if you link your emotions to something that's outside of your control, you're generally going to get this big roller coaster of, being really, really happy one day and really, really depressed the next day.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like, imagine if you linked your emotional state to the stock market.
Oh my god.
It's not something you can control.
Yeah.
So you're gonna you basically can't decide when you're gonna feel good and when you're not. So instead, I like to think of it as link your emotional state to whether you show up or not. Something inside of your control. So you can show up and practice 15 minutes. Say, as long as you can set a goal for yourself and be like, I'm gonna draw at least a little bit every single day, or at least a little bit every single week. And if you show up and do that, you go, oh my gosh, I did it, I won, success, and you feel so much better. It's hard. What I'm saying is not easy, but you definitely want to try and separate yourself from things that are outside of your control.
I completely agree with that.
Well, that's a lot of it, and art is a very emotional thing. So when it doesn't turn out, it's like, people
like
do
your
the
pride.
same thing on social media. They get really depressed when something doesn't go viral.
Yeah.
It's like, how about be happy if you produce the content?
I know. Even if it doesn't look as good as you want it to.
Yeah. So improving in art comes from showing up and putting in the work. So as long as you show up and do it, eventually you're going to improve.
Mm-hmm. Probably over here. I just want to say I downloaded your custom brush to my workflow and it definitely made my work pop. Ooh.
Yeah.
I also picked up volume 2 of your book. I had your volume 1 already from a few years back.
Oh, awesome.
Nice, Chris. That's awesome.
Awesome. I hope you enjoy the book.
Yeah. So I just came up with a bunch of nose shapes. A lot of these just stem from the triangular prism, but I just changed the direction of where they go. For instance, we got the kind of the more normal masculine nose that's kind of just straight down. We got the more upturned nose, which is cutesy and feminine. You'll see the bottom of the triangular prism right here. We have one that's curved, so it's a curved nose instead. Here's a much rounder one, and here's more of like a diamond shape. So you can think about noses with these kind of different shape languages and choose the one that you like. So for instance, I'm going to go with this one right here, and I'm going to put it on this face. But I'm going to use this as my wireframe. So this is the shape or the form of my nose on this character. But what if I don't want to show that much? So I would still use this as that, invisible wireframe or guideline. And then I would be like, okay, I only want to show maybe just this part. And maybe a little bit of the nostril. And it feels seamless. It feels like, that's where it should be. But if I wanted to definitely add in the bridge of the nose, I definitely can too. I usually don't add much nostrils because nostrils tend to show too much, which makes the nose look like it's a punch in the face. So I don't really do that, but I do add a little dot.
The brain is really good at understanding things based on context.
Yes.
So if you just show the corner of something, like, for example, if you do this.
People are so nosy.
If you do that, it looks like a completed shape, even though it's just a dotted line.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you go like this.
Gestalt, I think that's what it's called.
Like this, it looks like a square, even though it's not. It's just a couple of, arrows arranged in that. So that's what you're essentially doing with these noses, is you're basically putting a little mark in the correct place, and your brain fills in the rest. Mm-hmm. And if you fill in too much information and don't let the brain fill it in, it's a little bit on the nose.
Funny pun.
Yeah, and adding more lines can accidentally age characters. Yeah, absolutely. And now, it's powerful, right? It's powerful.
Yeah.
So, you can use it, or you cannot use it. You just need to understand what sort of effect it has.
Yeah, like if I made this very unique character and the main part of the features was the nose, like for instance Nico Robin for One Piece, I would emphasize, hey, bridge of the nose, that's the part of the character design. And that's where I would intentionally put more lines in, because that's something that's important. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of the reason why I think Time Skip Robin didn't look as interesting as First Season Robin.
Yeah,
Pre-Time Skip Robin. Pre-Time Skip Robin had a very defined nose, which I thought was
Pre-Time Skip Robin was really cool.
Yes. And then another thing is you can also change or create noses by just drawing a bunch of different weird blobs, I guess. This already kind of looks like a nose, but you can start off with a blob, draw in the center line, and then add in the nostril.
Right, Vixie, have a good one.
There's the fun looking nose. Let's do a round nose. Round nose is more upturned, but notice that I did not use a sharp angle, but rather a rounded line to show the button nose of this character.
Yeah, you can take a screenshot.
Oh, yeah.
This will also be posted in the Discord channel, the Discord server, full res in the live demos channel. So if you want to join the Discord server,
bye Vixie.
You can actually see all of the live demos that have been done from every single stream. If you want to grab any of those for reference or anything.
Yes. Hatsune Miku followed us.
Hatsune
I feel so
Miku,
honored.
awesome.
Alright, so that's noses. Let's cover fingernails. A lot of people think, and this is something that's going to be really simple. So a lot of people think that fingernails covers the whole bed of the finger, like this. But that ain't true, because, well, if you look at mine, as an example, let's zoom in a little bit. It's a bit too close for comfort. You'll actually see that there's a bit of spacing between the nail itself and the finger pad. And that is because that is called the nail bed. That is where the nail comes out from. So when you draw a nail, nails also come in very different sizes and shapes, but just leaving a little bit of spacing between the nail and the finger itself will give you, it makes it look a lot more realistic. So don't do this, do this. That's one way that you can do it. And then, of course, there's also different nail shapes. There's, I think this is the French tip, I guess, the French nails. I don't know all the nail shapes, but you can also add in, like, lines of where the white parts of the nails come from. And then there's also these round ones.
Lily Hatsune Miku, thank you for the follow. Can you draw the nose for Sevika from Arcane?
Sevika from Arcane?
Maybe in a little bit. I
Maybe.
think we're done with noses
We are
for
done
now.
with noses for now. But if it's popular, maybe I'll go back to it. Vexania. And there's also the very
Even
tapered.
just the Zorro noses are really good.
Oh yeah.
The general planes of the nose are pretty easy to study, but noses come in so many shapes and sizes, but they all have the same components physically.
When you're drawing a nail from the side view, it rarely bows out like this, unless it's like an evil villain. That is because it follows the finger pretty smoothly.
Yours does.
Mine does.
A
Well,
little
let me
bit.
see yours.
Nah, it goes in. It's
Yours
like a
goes
step.
in. It goes in like a
Mine's
step.
like this.
Yeah, but overall it doesn't like bow out. Not as much. So you can go both ways. You can go
If you guys
kind of
have any,
smooth.
if you guys have any guidebooks you can recommend for beginners? Yeah, we actually have a couple books.
Yes, we
You can,
do.
you can check out our books on Amazon. Speaking of that, Rain says, I just bought your book. Awesome! Volume 1 or Volume 2? I always like to ask that question. It's usually Volume 1. But yeah, we actually have 2 How to Draw books. You can check them out on Amazon. How to Draw Manga. Well, this one's Anime Academy, How to Draw Characters. And this one is Anime Academy, How to Draw Manga. Book. This is Volume 1. This one's Volume 2.
This one covers a lot on how to draw hands as well. So if you want like a physical guide on how to do it, you can get it.
Many of the things that we teach on the live streams and stuff are actually all in here in more detail as well.
Book 1 does have an ebook version.
Yeah, there is an ebook version for Book 1. Book 2 does not have an ebook version. Any tips for full hand poses?
And full hand poses. I don't have it on the list, but I can put that in there. So that's it for fingernails. Hopefully that was helpful. Hand
Cheesy, hello.
poses.
No, hello.
No. Alright. Maybe Colton, do you want to cover some thumbnail stuff? Or should we continue on with different other topics?
Sure, we can talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Like thumbnail, that's kind of
It's kind of broad.
It's almost like asking about sketching. It's like,
Yeah.
whoever
There's-
asked about thumbnails.
It was Clear Sky.
Clear Sky? What specifically do you mean about thumbnails? Because thumbnails are basically just really, really small versions of your piece when you're planning.
Yeah, they said nothing specific. I don't really have any experience with thumbnailing.
So when you're thumbnailing, you definitely want to think really graphically, because thumbnailing is a very simplified version of like your final piece. I would even recommend thumbnailing in a traditional medium like pencil and paper or just pen and paper. You can just make really small little compositions. So if you're like thumbnailing a character, you might want to go foreground background, like figure ground ambiguity or figure background, right? Like, is it going to be a light figure on a dark background? Is it going to be a dark figure on a light background? What angle is the lighting coming from? Thumbnailing is basically just planning the success of your artwork.
Yeah.
Where can I find the ebook for Book 1? It's on Amazon. You can get a Kindle version of it. Where's the best place for us to purchase your books that benefit you guys the most? Well, buying directly from us is the best way, but we only sell them to people that we know in like person. I would
Yeah.
say just getting them on Amazon is great. Just totally fine.
I think thumbnailing isn't more like, oh, how do I thumbnail? It's more of like a concept. So it's like sometimes thumbnails can be, well, the way how I do thumbnails, especially for illustrations, is I'm like, okay, I think about a few things. I think about, okay, what's my pose? What's my story, first of all?
You don't thumbnail almost at all.
I don't really. Only for like certain things. I think about the story, I think about the pose, and I think about like rough color, rough values maybe. I kind of combine.
Like Noton.
Yeah, like Noton. So like, for instance, if I'm gonna draw, go ahead.
Hey Abby, how's it going? Yes, I remember you. Welcome back. Just so y'all know, I've been here since last year and I learned a lot. Thank you so much. You're
Nice.
welcome. Bought your book a while back. Awesome. Glad you like it.
Nikki at the beach. Taking a selfie.
Hey Noel. Second time, Noel. Did you leave and come back, or are you just saying hi again?
So, if I want to do a specific image that I really want to be successful, I do more thumbnails. For instance, my story for this particular thumbnail is Miki at the beach taking a selfie. That's Colton's character. And so one of the ideas that I have in mind is maybe a downward shot. This is really specific, but this is still my process. But I'm thinking about this really loosely. I actually want her looking down, and I want her to be in kind of like a very, what would you say this is a kind of like a wide lens because it's very foreshortened?
Well, the front-facing camera of a phone is generally a very wide lens.
Yeah.
So yeah, the camera would be about, what, 2 feet away from her face, maybe?
Mm-hmm. And so I just want to get my main idea out. So this is my main idea. I like the overall vibe of it. And if I need to, I can always make more.
Baggy clothes?
Baggy clothes, sure.
Don't you have clothes on there? Maybe you could say clothing, and then like baggy as well.
Baggy.
Baggy clothes are actually easier because you get much more defined clothing folds. So if you learn the 7 basic folds, it's going to help you out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get for that later.
Yep. And then once I have my main idea, then I make, however many ones that I want until I pick the one that I like the most. But these are all very, very quick, probably like 1-minute doodles that just get the ideas out. And then I can always make more.
Clepsidro, thank you for the follow. April, thank you for the follow. Eli, thanks for the follow as well. Rihanna, Corey, appreciate the follows as well.
Thank you.
Started following you guys like weeks ago, and I already learned so much. Thanks to you guys. Awesome.
Maybe we'll cover thumbnails more if we have more to add, but I think that's pretty good for thumbnails in general.
Ethan, hi.
Stylizing is going to be interesting. I think we'll go over pelvis and baggy clothes next. I feel like stylizing, I'll need to think about more of how to explain it. Like how to...
Did that help with thumbnailing, by the way?
Yeah, did it help with thumbnailing, Clear Sky?
I didn't really pay too much attention to it, so I don't
Will you guys go over shoe/foot placement and how to simplify? Maybe I could cover some shoes. We'll see if we get there. A little bit, yeah.
Thumbnailing is more of trying things and experimenting.
There's no right way to thumbnail.
Yeah.
I should say. It's like just get something out, make a bunch of variations depending on how detailed you want it.
Alistar, you can actually go over to our YT channel and back up the stream. We're also live streaming over there, and they're all recorded, so you can back up the stream and rewatch it as many times as you want. We have the same name, Draw Anime Academy, and it's also in a much higher resolution. You can actually see more of the iPad as well.
If you have trouble with coming up with the variations, I would say observe a lot of illustrations that people have already done and see what decisions they make. Like for me, when I come up with any kind of anime illustration, I already have certain anime illustrators in mind and how they do it, and I just kind of make my own thing.
What are you answering right now?
Clear Sky's question. I says I don't know how to come up with variations. Maybe I just don't have a strong visual library.
Variations of thumbnails?
Yeah.
When I start thumbnailing, I like to think about where am I looking at the thing from?
Yeah.
What camera lens am I in? And what shapes do I want? Do I want triangles? Do I want squares? Do I want circles? Do I want low-key or high-key lighting? Is most of the image going to be dark, or is most of the image going to be light? Do I want, a light figure on a dark background, or do I want a dark figure on a light background? What kind of contrast do I want? How much contrast is going to be in the piece? Is it going to be really high contrast? Is it going to be really low contrast? Is it going to be really busy? Is there going to be a lot of texture and noise and detail everywhere, or is it going to be overall relatively simple and graphical?
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of questions that I think of early on. Do you post tutorials on YT? Yes.
Yes.
A lot of ours will be on there. We also have YT exclusive content, longer videos. And even after TikTok goes bye-bye in the United States, we will still continue to be on our YT channel. So you can go follow us there, Draw Anime Academy, and we'll still be on there.
Yep. So, pelvis. Pelvis is, I always simplify it with boxes, and if you don't know how to draw boxes in different angles, it's part of half the battle of drawing pelvises. So, pelvis is kind of like a box, but it's not a complete square. It's thinner this way, if that makes sense. And if you know how to place them along with the rib cage, I feel like it'll be a lot better. A lot of people think, or when they draw the pelvis, it's very similar to like an egg on a nest or on a squishy middle on a box. The squishy middle is your sides. And this pelvis will determine your perspective. So when you see the sides of like your leg, and you see the femur, like that's part of like the side of your pelvis. And when it reaches the pubic bone area, that's like your center line. So I like to simplify the pelvis by drawing a little section called the three-finger gap, finding the center of the pelvis, and then curving that down to symbolize that pubic bone area.
Hey, Midoriya, any advice with anyone who hates drawing but wants to get good at it? If you don't like drawing and you can't get yourself to like it, and you want to get good at it, it's just gonna come down to making yourself do it. If you have to get good at it, and you've decided that you have to get good at it, and you can't figure out how to enjoy it, you're just gonna have to make yourself do it. I would rather try and, like, if it were up to me, I would rather try and figure out a way to enjoy it and pursue that,
What do you not like about it?
rather than forcing myself to do it and not enjoy it. I think it's going to be more successful overall. So, are you asking for advice on how to start enjoying it or how to get good at it? Because there's those would be different.
Yeah.
Those would be different. Heard you guys offer a course. I was wondering if you guys offer it in Spanish. We don't actually offer it in Spanish, unfortunately. It's just in English right now.
So all the pelvis that I do is from a box, and I just add in the details later. So notice that when I drew this torso, I combined two boxes together, but it's not like complete boxes. They're kind of like differently shaped. But either way, the concept of a box is still there. You see, different sides, and then this will help me establish perspective, so I can see, okay, I'm looking up at this pelvis because I see the bottom side here, and of course this will also be covered by the legs. But either way, shows me the perspective. And that way I can draw a lot more accurately. Hopefully that helps with the pelvis.
Struggle at proportions, like human proportion. How long should I sketch a day? That's completely, what is it? Depends. It totally depends.
Yeah.
It depends on how good you want to get. It depends on what you're sketching. It depends on how much time you have free. It depends on how determined and dedicated you are. There's so many factors. There's no like one-size-fits-all answer.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll do hand poses next. I feel like that's a pretty popular question that I see popping up pretty frequently.
What question?
Hand poses.
Is that on the list?
That is on the list.
Okay.
And I'm thinking of maybe covering that right now.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Getting back to this, any advice for Refo?
Okay.
Any advice on making drawing a habit? Set aside a time to do it regularly, and that is your time to draw. And if you do it enough, things become a habit. Usually habits take, like good long-term habits, what did it take? Like, there's no exact number, but I think it's like 60 to 90 days or something to form a habit.
Yeah.
But I don't remember exactly. There's another thing that takes like 20, 21 days or something, but really good habits usually take a couple months, and it's no problem. Hello from Vegas.
Hello, Vegas. That's fun. So when I think of hand poses, I'm going to assume that you know how to draw hands, not perfectly, but get the basics. So what I do is I think, okay, what side or what way is my hand tilting? Is it tilting this way? Is it tilting that way for my character? And is it tilting up? Or is it going down? The wrist is not in the right area. Okay, like that. There we go. Or is it going down?
What's the best app and iPad to use to draw fantasy landscapes? You're going to find a lot of different answers from different people. I don't think there's a perfect answer. It's just what you want I want to get a lot more comfortable with drawing things like hands and torso instead of giving up. Just practice, honestly. Just try it a lot.
Another thing I think of is finger groups. Are most of the hands together, or do I want most of the hands together, or do I want them kind of separated?
Yeah. By the way, these finger groupings, how Christina's drawing them, is very, very obvious.
Yes.
Generally, when you're doing an illustration or a drawing, you're not going to make them that obvious.
Yeah.
You're going to do it subtly.
Yeah.
It's called getting away with it, which is you learn the obvious examples and then you hint at it inside of your illustration. So that happens every time a tutorial gets made. You make your examples in the tutorial really obvious, and then all of the comments go, but not everybody wants to do this, or but oh, that's so obvious, or why do all the artists do this?
Yeah.
You don't have to do it so on the nose. You can be more discreet about it. And a tutorial, if you didn't give obvious examples, it would be confusing for most people.
Yes. So let's say I want to have a pose that's delicate, that shows sophistication. So what I like to do is I do the hand pose myself, the one that I want to do. And this is the hand pose that I'm thinking of. It's an upward facing hand with fingers that aren't overlapping, but they're kind of, like the pinky is kind of overlapping the rest of the fingers. So you'll see that this finger group is kind of similar to this one, but it's like slightly bent and it's at a different angle. And then I also like to think, okay, how far is my thumb away from my reference? Is it this far away? Is it closer? And what shape is it making? If it's sticking closer to the finger, I'm going to maintain this shape right here. And there we got a fun hand pose. Now this, in order to do hand poses pretty efficiently and pretty easily, understand the proportions of the hand. I always make sure that the middle finger and the palm are about the same height, so I measure this and that to make sure that the palm isn't too long or too short, and that's what I do. I also like to just curve, like if I don't want to draw all my fingers, I literally just draw like one large triangle that's kind of curved and like one outlier finger, just to give an idea of what hand pose I want in general. So a lot of it is just adding curved planes.
Here's the question, Colton. Why did you decide to be bald? Honestly, why not? That's my question. Random question, do you recommend leveling up to vector-based software from pixel-based, especially if one plans on printing? Generally not. You're pretty safe if you're printing. I've printed things the size of walls and never went into vector with it. You can literally print, like, it depends. You need to make sure that your pixel-based canvas is large enough. I think I don't remember. It might have been like 15,000 or 10,000 pixels tall or something. And I got it printed for a graduation show to a school that I went to, and it was literally like 10 feet tall. Or maybe not 10 feet tall. It was like, actually, it might have been like 10 feet tall or something. But
wow.
No, I wouldn't necessarily say you need to do vector-based for an artwork. You can just res up your canvas. Just make sure you draw it at a large enough size. Obviously, if you're doing vector-based art from the beginning, like logos and stuff, it's all going to be vector-based. But no, just paint large enough. You can print it really large.
Another thing I like to do with hands is start off with a side view and just add more.
What app? It is Procreate. And the brush you can download for free on our profile or in our Discord server.
So like I'll draw the wrist, the pinky pad, and the pinky, or whichever it is that I'm doing, and then I'll like literally add more fingers to it. And once again, this depends on what's the story of this hand pose. Like what if I had the fingers going like this and holding a rose, or holding a flower like this, and it's graceful. I feel like that's kind of fun. In fact, this looks horrible, but the idea is there. You're not trying to draw a perfect hand. You're trying to just get the idea of the pose the way you want it. So sometimes if I need to fix things, I'll like actually rotate it, surprise, surprise, and fix it. I follow the curvature of the fingers. I make sure that the proportions are roughly where I want them to be, and that everything is in roughly the spot that I want it to be. And there's a hand upside down.
Are you guys siblings? I have to ask you a question. Do we look like siblings?
Do we?
There was a question. What is? Oh, you asked the question again. Thank you. What advice would you give for someone who wants to learn anatomy who is self-taught? If you want to learn anatomy and you're self-taught, I would first basically figure out, do you want to learn anatomy or do you want to get better at drawing people, like figure drawing? So anatomy is like anatomical information, right? Muscles, bones, landmarks, all that kind of stuff. Figure drawing is about drawing a complete human figure, which involves anatomy, but figure drawing is not under the umbrella of anatomy. Anatomy is under the umbrella of figure drawing. So just ask yourself, do you want to learn anatomy? Like, do you want to be able to name all the muscles and know where they are? Or do you want to be able to draw people that look great? So anatomy, if you want to learn anatomy, muscles, locations, bones, all that kind of stuff, get an anatomy book and copy the images from it, right? You can get books like Morpho, which is this book right here, right? There's an anatomy book. This is specifically on anatomy. It teaches muscles, bones, locations of them, all that kind of stuff. Stonehouse's anatomy is really good as well.
Yes, we're
Now,
married.
if you want to get better at drawing people, study figure drawing in addition to anatomy. Alright, so take a figure drawing class. Michael Hampton has some really good stuff. This is Michael Hampton's book, Figure Drawing, Design, and Invention. This book focuses on anatomy, but applying it in a way where you're actually drawing people, right? So what does this look like? You're learning how to construct bodies, then you learn how to put the muscles and stuff on, and you get this kind of stuff. So it like involves anatomy, but it's not exclusively anatomy. Right? That kind of stuff.
Yes. What would be a good canvas size for Procreate?
So this book.
I use a 5,000 by 6,000 pixel canvas.
Yep, 5 by 6,000. So if you're self-taught, a lot of self-taught artists think that they need to learn anatomy in order to get good at drawing people, when in reality, anatomy is only one component of it. Also try finding local life drawing classes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Find life drawing classes for real. They're super helpful. If you can find any locally, do them. But yeah, just if you're self-taught, don't run into the very, very common issue for a lot of people of thinking that if I learn the muscles, I'm going to be amazing at drawing people. It doesn't really work like that. Muscles and learning anatomy is only part of being able to draw people. So, what book is that? It's called Figure Drawing, Design, and Invention by Michael Hampton. This is it. There's the name on the bottom. He also has a YouTube channel. He teaches a bunch of this stuff for free. So do we. So subscribe to us as well. But this guy's a really good figure drawing teacher. He doesn't do anime stuff at all. But there's that.
Kiwi says, I'm 13. Do you think it's easier to learn as a child or should learn when I'm older?
The best time to learn is
Now.
anytime.
Anytime.
Literally anytime. I've seen people who are in their 30s go from having not drawn to professional artists in like a couple of years. And I've seen people who are teenagers learn how to draw in a couple of years. The best time to learn is always. I should say the best time to learn is yesterday. The second best time is now.
Yesterday. Is Paint Procreate Digital Tips or what? Is it Paint Pro? I'm sorry, I can't really understand
I don't
it.
understand that. Is that
we use Procreate.
that TikTok might have translated that comment on.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Maddie.
Hey,
How's
Maddie.
it going?
Been a while.
Oh, nice. You love the challenges.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna cover some male faces and how to make them more masculine rather than feminine. And I'll show you some side-by-sides. So I'm going to write masculine, write some notes down.
Yeah, the age range in our current live class is very,
Very big.
very big. We have people as young as 13 and as old as, I don't remember.
40s?
Yeah, 40s. Which is awesome.
I love it.
Colton's favorite words: Miki, Christina, and yesterday.
Miki, Christina, and yesterday.
Yeah, it's a figure drawing book. So, yeah, do you prefer digital or traditional? Either or.
Either or. I do like traditional because it's quite rewarding, but digital is definitely a lot easier for me to work with. So, we got male faces, and I just drew one side by side. Here's a feminine face. I feel like in order to draw a male face, understand what the feminine face kind of looks like, and then go from there. Because I know that a lot of people, maybe they draw a lot of girls. I've always drawn a lot of girls, and I've always struggled with drawing guys, and I'm like, why didn't my... What's that?
No, you gone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Finish, and then
And then I'll be like, okay, well, why do my guy heads still look like girls? I don't understand. And so I think it's a lot of it's just trying to be aware. And by the way, if you've drawn girls all your life, it's going to take a little bit of time to adjust. So
Dahlia said something.
Go ahead.
I feel like a lot of people struggle with this. I feel like adding features to my heads is ruining them. Dahlia, I have really good advice for you on this. Even if you ruin your heads, you still got the practice.
Yeah.
So I would say if you draw a blank head and then add features, even if you ruin it, you're getting more practice than if you're to just draw a blank head.
Mm-hmm.
So always be willing to ruin your drawing because you're just getting more practice.
Yep.
So don't think about it in the way of not, oh man, I just wrecked my drawing. Go, I just got double practice out of this single drawing.
Yep.
And then eventually your features aren't going to ruin the head that you drew.
Do you know how
and
many
then you're going to be able to draw heads with features.
Do you know how many botched heads I've done because I just couldn't get the features right? I've done so
Gosh,
many.
yeah. So I definitely would say like a cognitive, what was that called?
Reframing?
Cognitive reframing. Instead of thinking I'm ruining my drawing, you can think I'm practicing on top of my drawing and getting better.
Mm-hmm. So here's a feminine face.
For your
Qualities. Go ahead.
for your courses, do you recommend people go through each subject first or a little bit of everything at once? You mean our anime art school? Our anime art school is structured so you're recommended to take multiple classes at the same time. It's broken into term 1, term 2, and term 3, so it all builds on what you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Like term 1, you're doing anime heads, faces, and expressions. You're doing anatomy. Then after you learn anatomy and figure drawing, or I shouldn't say anatomy and figure drawing. And then after that, you start learning clothing, because not really much point of drawing clothes if you can't draw the body underneath of the clothes, or at least a simple mannequin. Because otherwise, if your human proportion is wrong, clothes aren't going to save it. So yeah. Do you have our classes, Joseph? I forget. Stopped drawing at 12 years old because I ruined a drawing a long time ago. I should never stop drawing. I do. I say that all the time. No, I don't. Oh, okay. By the way, I think this is a good time to say that we are actually running a new promotion with our anime art school. So if you buy our anime art school complete edition instead of a watercolor drawing of your character, you're going to get 2 free coaching sessions. So you're going to actually be able to get on a real one-on-one phone call with Christina or I, or both, and at least one of us. And you'll get 2 sessions when you get the classes. So one of them you'll get immediately when you buy the class. And so we'll go on a call with you. We'll review and critique your portfolio. We'll tell you what we think, and tell you what you're doing good, what you need improvement on. And then number 2, the next call you can schedule after you've gone through some of the school, and we'll actually critique your homework for the class. So that's the new promotion that we're doing instead of the watercolor drawings. So I actually really like that.
I like that too.
It helps. It's more helpful because if you're buying a school or if you're buying classes, I feel like getting coaching and getting live feedback is more helpful than getting an artwork drawn of your character.
Mm-hmm. Are they free or do you have to pay?
Are they free or do you have to pay what?
For what exactly?
The classes, they're paid.
The classes are paid, but the calls come free, right?
There's 2 calls that come free when you buy the school.
Yes.
You have to make sure you schedule them though. But you can just DM us or whatever. I could have gotten beat up mentally by Colton.
Alright.
Hey Crits, welcome back. But yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Yes. So that's our new promotion that we're doing.
Yo.
So you'll be scheduling 2 calls with us. Let us know.
Yup, you'll get a call immediately. Like upon sign up, you'll get 1 call that you can go on with before you even start the classes if you want.
Is there a written down note of that order?
Is there a written down note of that order? I'm not sure what you mean exactly. Yeah, we're gonna be building the page for that. That explains that soon.
Mm-hmm. So, feminine faces tend to have. I'm talking more about like a young adult female character. They tend to have shorter chins. They tend to have softer cheeks. So you'll notice between the guy and the girl faces, this one's a lot rounder and smoother, and this one's a lot more angular and a little bit higher. Features are lower, like the eyes, and the eyes are larger as well. And the nose and the mouth tend to be a little bit closer to the eyes itself. But with guys, you'll notice that the nose is a lot longer and farther away from the nose. The features are higher up in the face, and overall the nose and the eyes and all that stuff is a lot smaller. So if you combine a lot of these tips, your faces will look a lot more masculine. I think what helps me a lot is really just trying to be very obvious of this jawline and this side of the head part. 1, 2, 3. With girls, it's one smooth motion, but with guys, you have like that kind of directional, that kind of a chiseled look, and that's what's going to create that more masculine face head shape. Can you please teach me how to design backgrounds that represent my character? I don't know what your character looks like, so that's one thing. I think we might go over backgrounds today. We'll see if we get through that. If not, we'll probably go through that on another stream.
Lindsay, your books and watercolors and stuff came in, right?
Yes, it's on Off Topic.
Off Topic? Oh, there it is.
Yes!
Awesome.
Can you do mouths? Yes, I can do mouths.
Yeah.
So this was the previous promotion, which was watercolor drawings of your OC.
Yeah, Lindsay got our recorded classes and our live classes and got our books and 2 watercolor drawings, so they came in and she took a picture and sent it in the Discord server, so that's awesome.
It looks great.
And then, whose is still out?
Misaki's and Clear Sky,
Clear Skies?
I believe. No, Clear Sky's still... Wait.
Clear,
No, Stardust.
Stardust.
Sorry, I got those 2 mixed up. Clear Sky already got hers.
Stardust? So yours should be arriving, I think you got the tracking information on that, right?
I did send it.
And Clear Sky already got theirs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Why did I miss this? We'll be running it again sometime. We're just trying different things.
Come in late, can you explain the head shape for males?
Here's some of the notes. Longer chin, sharper jaw, features are higher, and the eyes generally are a lot smaller. You'll notice that even though I have a similar eye shape to the female, I just made it smaller and did not add the lashes, and that already looks more masculine. Nose is farther away, mouth is farther away from the eyes.
Clear Sky said, mine came early.
Awesome.
Awesome.
I usually buy Udemy classes. Where are your courses?
They're on our website.
Yep.
So you can go to our website, drawanimeacademy.com, and you can find our school on there.
Dahlia, I've been contemplating on shipping yours, actually.
Yeah,
because,
I know.
It's going to be a while until we meet up.
Yeah.
And I want you to have your drawings. So let me know what you would prefer.
So how do you get the promotion with the feedback calls? Right now, we haven't actually built a page for it. So if you do buy our school, you'll just have to DM one of us on Discord, and we'll schedule your calls on the calendar.
Yes.
But I'll actually have a page for it soon that says all the details and everything. But we decided we were just going to start talking about it because we know we're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
She says, hi, no, I'm fine, patient, I can wait.
Oh. I just know that I just love the drawings and I want you to have them, so.
So yeah, you when you get the class already, you get an invite to the Discord server, and you get a special role that shows you signed up. So if you do get the classes, the anime art school, just DM me and say, hey, I got the school, I want to schedule my calls.
Yes.
And we'll put you on the list of, and we'll schedule the calls with you. That's what we did with the watercolor ones.
You did not get tracking info, Stardust? I thought I sent it to you. Maybe did I send it to the wrong person? I will get back to you on that. But thank you for telling me that, because I thought I did send it.
I don't know. You want me to look?
Yeah.
I have no idea where it is.
It's okay.
Christina's Discord is like buried in folders on her phone. It's like in a folder, she has to swipe to another page.
Okay.
What?
Oh, okay. Maybe I did not ship yours yet. Oh, okay. I did not ship yours yet, Stardust. That's why. That's why.
We didn't?
I don't think we did.
Where's Stardust?
It's probably in a box. Yeah, I have not shipped this one yet because I didn't remember writing an address on that box.
Oh, yeah. We haven't shipped that one.
Sorry about that. I think I confused it with someone else.
Whose was it? You didn't. Did Stardust? Did Christina already contact you for your shipping information?
I
and
did.
Stuff?
I did contact them.
Oh yeah, we haven't shipped that one yet.
We haven't shipped that one yet. I know I sent it to Misaki.
Yeah, we shipped 2 more.
We shipped 2 more.
Like,
they both from
2
recently,
days ago.
but I don't think it was Stardust.
But Stardust. Does Stardust have the live and the school? Or no?
I think it was just the live.
Okay.
Let me know.
Yeah, we have it in a box. We just haven't shipped it yet.
Yeah, I apologize. Alright. Well.
How do I find the Discord server? You can actually just direct message us on TikTok and ask for the Discord invite, and I'll send it to you. There are different roles in the server for, like the depending on if you have our school or not. But you get the Discord server is free. You can join weekly, monthly challenges. You can take part in events and all that kind of stuff just for free.
Mm-hmm. When do you do live? We go live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So that means California time.
Yup. Although we were like an hour late today.
Yeah,
but it's
we
all
were.
good.
I'm going to talk about some head shapes really quick. The difference between an adult and a child, and one in between, which is the teenager phase. So when I think of head shapes for adults, I think of like a statue, like a stone-cut statue, because there's a lot more developed. You see a lot more of the skull, unless you are a little bit heavier. So I tend to emphasize the brow and that cheekbone area. And this also applies to male face shapes. So if you add these specific qualities to your male heads, it's going to look more masculine, it's going to look more adult. Now some people like to simplify it by just showing the brow ridge and then just simplifying the cheekbone in a more of a smoother curve and dropping the jaw a lot lower. That's one way to do it.
When are you usually on Discord, Colton? Lately, not at all. I have not. We've been very busy in IRL lately, so I actually haven't really been on Discord a lot. We've been busy teaching our live classes. I don't know if you know this, Kevin, but our live class is totally sold out, so we have full classes on Saturdays, and we've been pretty focused on that.
Yeah.
And then we've also been working on new content for our promotions and like the coaching and stuff like that. We've had a lot of IRL stuff going on, so I haven't really been in the calls lately, in just the game night and stuff like that. How's the classes been going? Oh, Fox, they've been going great.
They have been.
They've been going really, really good. A bunch of people are in the live class Discord server. Always, actually, 3 people are in there right now doing homework together. I think.
I know who it was. It was Lindsay.
Lindsay.
It was Lindsay. That was the other one. Misaki and Lindsay, we shipped.
Yeah.
Yes. Apologize for the confusion.
But yeah, hopefully in like the next month and a half, 2 months, we're probably going to be on the in calls and doing game night again with the community again.
Yeah. So for kid face.
No, yeah. I meant to ask earlier, how do you make faces and bodies at different angles? There's a lot of different ways.
There's a lot of different ways to do it. Yeah.
You can approach it with boxes. You can approach it with like kind of blobby boxes. All that kind of stuff.
So for kids, you'll notice that this can be a lot more versatile. So with adult heads, they're a lot more set in stone. You gotta understand where the head and facial features go. But for kids, they're kind of more like blobs, more amorphous. So here, like let's say if I start off with a sphere, and I want to draw, you know, a chibi, which could also work great for kids, I can go a few styles. I can go really round cheeks but flat bottom, and it'll still work as a chibi head.
Cute.
It's cute.
Mickey chibi.
Mickey chibi. Kind of cute. There's one.
Yeah.
Then there's another one which is a little bit more mature and more masculine, which still, you know, maintains that like shorter head shape, but you maybe like chisel the cheekbone and the chin a little bit.
Are art classes worth it? Where do you start? I think art classes are absolutely worth it. I rarely find people who don't think art classes are worth it. There's art classes all over the internet. We obviously have art classes as well. But there's a lot of different art classes out there, in person, physically, all that kind of stuff. 100% worth it if you want to get better.
Mm-hmm.
They're fun, they're motivating, you have classmates.
They're also doing the same assignments.
Yeah, you get homework, good lessons. I really, really think they're worth it. This is actually very much like an art class, by the way. Our streams are kind of like fast-paced
live
art class without feedback, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if this were one of our art classes, every single topic here would basically be covered in a lot more depth and a lot more thoroughly, but it's pretty similar.
Yeah.
And, of course, if you're taking, like, an art class that's live with feedback, you could ask questions during class and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So, a teen is basically a mixture of the two. You'll notice that it's still pretty soft around the edges, but maybe there's, like, a sharper point and a more defined jawline. So that's another thing that you can differentiate between the ages. Adults have more masculine, I'm just talking about adult males, but these have more sharper edges, more defined jaw.
So in a way, this is a class semi-preview. Yeah, I mean, most people leave the stream going, wow, these guys are actually pretty legit. They know what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. So it is kind of like a preview, but it's also our way to give, you know, to the community for free, because a lot of people here can't afford nor want to buy art classes, and we still want to give education.
Yeah.
Will this tutorial be posted anywhere? Yeah, Lucifer, it's actually, we're streaming on our YT channel as well. You can back it up anytime you want. You can go over there, Draw Anime Academy. All of our streams are archived forever there. We have literally dozens of streams from the last couple of months that are just like this, teaching a lot of different subjects. You can go check those out.
I'll talk about hair next, but first I got a tinkle.
Do screen protectors interfere with the pen? No, not really. They generally help a lot. Tips on understanding hair and its structure. Hair? Hair is really two things. So number one, design, because you don't want to make bad looking hair, right? And number two, form drawing. So if you're going to do form drawing, let's just say that this is the head right here and you want to draw hair on it. Where's my bangs? Form drawing. So I'm going to draw around the form like this. I'm obviously not as fast as as Christina is. Maybe a strand of hair goes behind there. I'm going to draw around this form like this. Around the form like that. You know, what type of hairstyle does this person have? Do they have hair like that? Do they have hair like this, like a short hairstyle, maybe a little piece coming out there? They could also have, you know, a long hairstyle like this. Maybe we'll add in their ear and some of these strands and stuff as well. Do they have a hime cut like that? Although if it was a hime cut, I probably wouldn't add bangs like that. I guess I'm going to draw like
Could
Miki's
still do
hair.
bangs like that.
Draw Miki hair. Right? Think about the layering, right? If I have a hair strand like this, and I have another hair strand, is this hair strand A going underneath of hair strand B? And if it does, I might want to follow through and do something like that. Like three-dimensional, right, thinking. So this hair strand might be like this, and this hair strand might be like that, and then maybe they just combine as you go up, like that.
And then you can also add extra strands on top.
Yeah, and so you could add, you know, a hair strand C that comes off of that one. Or you could add a hair strand C that comes off of that one, like that. So that's design, right? You got like big, medium, small, overlaps. That's like the design part. And then when you're drawing around the form, you want to think about where is the hair coming off. What do Miki's sideburns look like? I haven't drawn her in.
Sideburns?
Not sideburns, but like kind of like that.
Yeah, more or less.
Right?
I
I'm
round
drawing
this one out.
around. You round. Let me erase this one actually.
Let's move this over to a little bit more.
Actually, I'll just look at the Miki that you drew. Okay.
Okay, someone asked, when creating school uniforms, do you keep school and gym uniform style consistent to the country? If that's what you want.
Yeah. If it's up to you.
It's up to you.
Right? So Miki has a ponytail, and she's got a little bit of a ribbon that comes out. So maybe I would give her ribbon like this.
You show how to draw both eyes and the perspective, please. I actually have a video on that on our YT channel. It's called How to Draw Both Eyes in in any angle. So you can check that out on our channel there.
Right? So that'll look more like a ponytail. If you do that, maybe you see the back of the ear just a little bit.
There we go.
Right? So again, form drawing. I'm drawing around these forms. I'm understanding the three-dimensional form of the hair. So like if I have a piece of hair and it's going like, this, like that, I'm understanding these three-dimensional forms of the hair, like this. That's super, super important. You want to be able to get to the point where you can understand the form that you're drawing. Because when you draw a head, and you draw like a chin.
Do you know how fast you've been drawing these heads lately? It's actually...
I know, I haven't drawn it all in weeks
you
either.
are doing fantastic.
I did like a tiny bit of figure drawing this morning, and that was like the first time I drew in like, probably a month.
Nicole says, my hair is so much better now. Damn.
So yeah, right? And then I'm thinking like, here's the side of the head. This is just to give me an idea of where this 3D form, right? Because the head essentially is this. It's got a top, it's got a bottom. And you've got these contour lines that go around the surface like this. So your hair is not going to intersect, right? If I have a piece of hair, it's not going to go through the head.
Nope.
And stick in it and come out like this.
That's horrible.
You can't do that, right? You can't do that. Did you guys take professional classes? Yes, a lot of them.
Actually, Kevin asked earlier, they said, how did you know... Wait, no, that's not it. Oh, how did you get confident in figure drawing when you went to FZD?
We didn't learn any figure drawing in FZD, actually, funny enough. FZD was only a year long, and it focused mostly on industrial design. We actually didn't take a single figure drawing class in the entire school. Fang did like a 1-week boot camp on how he draws people, and that's it. Almost the entire year was focusing on drawing perspective and drawing in 3D and design.
I think there's just too much to fit into 1 year.
You can't even, like, if you're a beginner, it is so hard to get good at figure drawing, even if figure drawing is the only thing you focus on for the entire year. It's really hard. You just want to get started on figure drawing early and do it consistently, and eventually you'll get there.
Wisp says, I'm so excited to binge watch your videos now. Yay!
So, that would be a no. You don't want your hair to do this. You want your hair to go over the surface, right? You want all of this topology here. Maybe I can just, like, do something like this. That's actually ugly. I'm going to do it this way. You want all of this topology. You want the hair to lay on top of it because it's impossible for it to clip through it. That's like a 3D modeling term, clipping and video game term, right? But so yeah, just think about hair in that sort of way. And you can change the bangs and you can change everything, right? Like you could make this
cut straight bangs.
Just you need to make sure that maybe like a June type haircut or something.
Yeah. So how do I get good at figure drawing?
Draw a lot of people, learn a good process.
Learn a good process, yep.
Yeah, if you want to get good at figure drawing, learn a process. That's why classes are so important, because you can just cut out all of the useless stuff that you find online and get straight to the meat, which is like step 1, proportion and volume, and like gesture as well.
Hey, Rogel.
Which is like, whatever. You have like a person, I don't know what pose I want them to do. And maybe their shoulders are up like this, and their belly. Comes out like that. And
Our
here's the
next live will
bend.
be Friday.
Here's the bend and squish. Here's the leg that supports the weight. I'm amazed at how you can always keep things like
Within the space.
within the space. I guess you're just used to it.
I guess I am just used to it.
Right? Here's the foot. Maybe the leg comes out like this and goes back. You know, maybe the arm comes up like this.
He can draw this pose because he's drawn a lot of poses like this, so he knows where they all go.
Or how about we do this? Like that. So that would be part of step 1, right? And then the second part of step 1, maybe I'd start to think about the volume. So I kind of already did it here, but like this is going away, this is coming towards. Proportion. Sure. Proportion. I'm going to see the side of the body right here. I'm going to see this.
By the way, you can get this brush on our profile. It's for free.
Like that. This leg is coming towards us. Right here, the top of the leg. And this is going away from us.
We are
like
using
this.
Procreate 2.
The arm, this is going away from us. This is coming towards us. This is coming towards us. This is going away from us. I just want to make sure I understand it. So that would be like the first step. The second step would be filling it in. So step 2, filling it in, right? And so you would take this figure like this. I know, I gotta actually grab it.
Okay, gotcha.
How do I do this?
Duplicate it? Say duplicate.
Duplicate.
Yep, and then move it over. Perfect.
Step 2, filling it in. That's when I'm gonna go, you know, here's the rib cage, here's the pectoralis, it stretches up, it goes above that, underneath of the deltoid. I'm gonna see the tricep on the underside of the arm as it goes up. This is where like anatomical knowledge will come in, right? So, you know, you got that, you got the elbow, you know what you see the latissimus dorsi a little bit here, you got your pectoralis coming up there, pectoralis, the neck, the clavicle, all this stuff that I'm not going to cover on stream because it's way too in-depth. We actually have past streams that talk about anatomy. If you really want to learn this process, Anime Art School, our class, we have an entire class on this. I'm kind of just breaking down. If you're self-teaching, this is what you want to learn if you want to become like, you know, more professional. Like this is, if you take pro classes, this is what you learn. You know,
when
you
will
learn.
the next lesson be? If you're talking about streams, we do have a stream on Fridays, but that's usually when we do OC drawing and challenges.
Yeah.
So usually our lessons will be on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Hey, Lewis.
Right, there you go, like this. You know, you have the sternocleidomastoid, you got the ear, you got the head proportion, all that kind of stuff. And then step 3 is basically making it look good, right? Making it look good, because you don't want to make a drawing that doesn't look good. And when you're focusing on stuff like this, you don't have time to think about making it look good. You think about that later after you get all the important stuff out of the way. What?
Nara says Anime Art School sounds so awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, if you want to know about Anime Art School, you can direct message us and basically ask about it, or you can go to our profile and you can check it out on that link or whatever. So, what?
Monday and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific.
Yep, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific. How do I do your anatomy class? You can go to our profile and go to that link. You could go to drawanimeacademy.com as well. Our classes are on there. But yeah, I'm not going to do a whole human figure and everything right now. I would also probably want to find more reference and everything. But for whoever asked about like professional classes in a process, like how do I get good at drawing people? Learn this process and then repeat it hundreds of times. That's why professional classes tend to make you so much better, is because they force you to use the correct process over and over and over and over and over. It's like, imagine you want to learn baseball and you're out there swinging your bat and there's a pro there and he's like, oh, put your shoulders up a little bit more, put this elbow out, pay attention to this, keep your eye on the ball. You're going to get better so much faster than if you're just swinging away at a ball on your own, trying to like improve over time.
Or trying to like see how other people do and not know how to do it.
Again, professional coaching and stuff is so helpful.
Yeah.
It's so helpful.
Once again, that promotion right now is if you buy Anime Art School, the complete edition,
Oh,
you
yeah.
get 2 calls with us.
Yeah, basically, if you buy our school, we have a promotion right now where you get 2 coaching calls with us. One you can schedule right away. We'll critique your work. We'll tell you what you need to work on, what you're good at, all that kind of stuff. And then the second one you can schedule after you've started the classes, get some feedback on your homework and stuff. So if you do, we don't have a page set up for that yet. If you do buy our anime art school, just direct message one of us or say in the chat, hey, I just bought the school,
And I
or
would like to
direct
schedule a
message
call.
me, or ask in the Discord server, say, hey, I bought the school, I want the coaching calls. I'll reach out to you and we'll schedule the calls. How much is it? The Anime Art School Complete Edition is $497. So that's basically a 1-year-long program. It has 7 classes. Figure drawing is one of the 7 classes. It's like an entire college, basically. So, but we always go live for free, so, you know, you can always come here, watch the stream. We're not going to go into anything in super depth. We're not going to critique your work or anything, but you can definitely get better just by watching the streams. I can tell you that right now.
Rogel asked, when is the next watercolor?
Whenever you want. Who's on the list?
So there's Loveless, Shalindria, Salem, Dingy, Rogel. Dingy you're gonna do yourself, right?
Yeah.
Rogel and Null.
And Null.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 watercolors.
So we can do a watercolor today. I don't know who's next on the list. We usually just go whoever's here. I know Loveless is here. I know Rogel's here. I know I saw Null.
Should we do a roll?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably just be the free option. Yeah, we love it. We're really glad you're here.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to try to push you into buying anything. Like, just being in the chat and hanging out is totally awesome. Like,
Yes.
we love it.
And we do have a chibi art class where we usually do OC drawing, meaning we draw your character on Fridays.
Lou is awesome.
Oh, awesome! Well, I'll talk about that later. But chibi
Yeah.
class is $20 if you really want to get something there.
Yep. You know, I would bring this brush down and I'd really start focusing on like the individual muscles and stuff, like the deltoid and the upper and lower arm, and you'd see stuff back there. Like, I set this up super quick, so it's not really that accurate.
It's pretty. It's really pretty.
But this is actually, the pectoralis needs to connect below the deltoid, but whatever. This is the part that everybody skips. They just want to go directly to this, and it suffers. Like, think about it like building a house, all right? If you want to build a house, you gotta prepare the ground before you even start laying the foundation, right? Everybody's like, I want to paint, I want to make windows, I want to put the potted plants in front of the house and the roofing, and everything looks pretty, and I want to make the little flowers, but you gotta go and build the foundation of the house before you actually even build it. You gotta make sure the land is stable, you gotta make sure it's not gonna sink into the ground, you gotta lay the concrete, you gotta put stuff in the ground, which is this stuff. This is the groundwork, proportion, gesture, your volumes, what direction are you going in space, before you start going into all of this stuff. And now you'll see masters out there who seemingly jump into the very end stages, they jump into like the very end stages, like this kind of stuff, and you think that they're skipping, but they're not. It's just in their head.
Yeah, I've done it so many times that where it's like, I don't really need to do that as much anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm still doing that in my head.
Yeah, and the way to get to that point is by doing it so many times with the correct process that it becomes instinct. It just becomes second nature.
Yeah.
Well, aren't you gonna want to do mine digital or traditional? I would be more comfortable doing it digitally. I think it'll turn out a lot better if I do it digitally, and I could be on like a Discord call or something while I do it. But I'll let you decide. You know my vote though.
So.
Anyways, you want to switcheroo again?
Sure. Do you think we'll have time to do a watercolor today? I would like to do a watercolor.
Sure,
today.
let's do a watercolor. When do you want to do one?
Maybe we'll do maybe 2 more topics. I know I won't cover everything today, but we kind of cover a lot of the similar topics anyways.
Oh, I did want to say, by the way, also, Jane, thank you for the heart me. We have a Discord server. It's completely free. There are monthly and weekly challenges. Everybody's super happy and encouraging, and it's really cool. If you're interested in a community, if you like the vibes here, we do have a Discord server. Send us a direct message on TikTok or YT. You can check the description. Ask for the Discord invite. I will send it to you if you want to join. No pressure, obviously. I'll just paste the invite directly into the message. I always do that.
So I think the last two topics I'll cover is leg poses and mouths.
There we go. So yeah, send us a message request. Ask for the Discord invite, and I'll just send it to you.
Yes. So I'm gonna do leg poses from the front view and from the side view, because I feel like in order to draw poses correctly, understand where your range is for your legs.
Thank you, Dahlia.
Ooh, thank you, Dahlia. So when you draw legs, first understand where the normal kind of like your resting pose is, meaning what's it like when you're just standing normally. If I can make this a little bit nicer looking. There's a few ways that your nose. What's up? I love this pen so much. It's so pretty. I still wish I got my blue one, but
Christina got me this pen for my birthday or something a long time ago. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. It's so pretty. Sorry, I got distracted.
it's okay. So generally, when you are drawing legs, there's multiple ways that your legs can go. Your legs can go to the side like this, so you'll see the inside of the legs. And they can bend. They can bend from here, really close to your upper leg. So I'm just drawing this really fast.
Are y'all married? Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
4 years and like 8 months or something?
Yep.
7 months?
Or they can come out really straight. Now this is all fine and dandy, but then like what if I want to draw someone kicking? Then that goes into, how far up can the leg go. Generally there's this thing called the 3-finger gap, which means it's the kind of like the spacing between your pelvis and where your leg actually comes out from. So this is like your pelvis area, and there's like a gap, and then your leg doesn't exceed this point. So unless you're super flexible, I guess. But generally, you'll always see. Let me just try to draw this in a way that makes sense.
Libby, thank you for the follow. I don't always call out new follows. I apologize. If we get a whole bunch of follows, then I'll usually do it. Mabel, Nick, Beasto, Brittle, thank you for the follows as well.
Thank you.
Mia, La Milkies.
So this is my pelvis. Here's my 3-finger gap. This is the limit of where my leg will come out from. And it's the same in the side view. Well, the side view can actually have a little bit more flexibility because you can actually twist your pelvis. So it comes out, or it comes up a little bit higher, depending on how far your pelvis goes.
Wisp, I hope my explanation for hair made sense earlier. I'm not nearly as good at hair as Christina is.
Well, I think you're very good at explaining it.
But I have been teaching for a really, really long time, and I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to explain things in more understandable ways. So hopefully it kind of makes up for my weird hair drawings.
No, your drawings are really good, Colton. I think
When you place the crosshairs on the circle, how do you know where to place eyes, nose, lips? It's a really good question.
That's a good question. It's proportion lines. So I can do it on here in a bit. We'll see how far we get. This line, well, I guess I'm explaining it now. This line is your center line for the vertical. It's basically showing what direction your nose is going to be. It's your line of symmetry. This is basically where your eye line generally is, and eye lines are a range. But I'll talk about that some other time.
Yeah. What if we use the shuttle art today?
Yes, I would love to use the shuttle art today.
So we learned something that we had no idea. Number one, you have to store acrylic markers horizontally. You can't store them up like this. Secondly, you have to shake them.
Yep.
They even have a little clicky thing on them.
That's cute. ASMR.
Yeah, I had no idea.
So let's
Pro artist, guys.
Yeah. So let's say I'm drawing someone kicking. I'm gonna draw in the pose. I'm gonna draw more in side view. Maybe their rib cage is facing us, and then their pelvis is facing us as well. So if I'm drawing someone kicking, I have to think. First of all, I have to have my reference, but I have to think. Okay, where are my legs going? One leg is generally going to be flat on the ground, and it's probably going to be from a side view because they gotta keep their stance pretty solid, right? So this one, I will see the inside of the leg. I'll see the side of the leg and the ankle, and then this leg, because I know where my boundaries are. This is my 3-finger gap. This is where my leg can roam free. I can decide, do I want it to be really up here, Or do I want it to be a little bit straighter or at a diagonal?
Watcha.
You know, maybe I'll do it the aftermath. So maybe their leg is kind of bent back.
What is the line within the thigh section?
This part here? This is your adductor muscle.
That's
No, sorry. This is
sartorius.
your sartorius. I'm talking about this one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. This is your sartorius.
I knew you knew it.
Yeah. So this is your sartorius. It separates the leg from the bottom and the top. This is generally where your quads are. This is where your adductors and the back of your leg muscles are. So
Yeah.
that's what I do.
Your sartorius kind of splits your leg in half, not horizontally, like at an angle.
There it goes.
There you go. Ciao. Jump scare, are you awake, chat? Yeah, it's your sartorius. It basically connects from the underside of your 3-finger gap to, it goes around and connects kind of behind your knee, like on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And it splits your
It's usually on the inside. It's on the inside.
muscles, yeah.
On
the inside of them are your adductors and
Yes.
stuff, like your gracilis and all that.
Yeah.
And on the outside of it are generally where your quads are. But I think your quad actually goes underneath of your sartorius as well.
Yeah.
Kind of sticks out.
Kind of looks like a drumstick.
Yeah. If you want to... I bet you I could find a picture of it in Morpho.
Well, this is the sartorius right here. This is the inside of the leg. Inside facing leg.
They're probably going to draw like a dong or something. So I have to like cover it with
So here's your first quad, here's your second quad that's facing you the inside, and there's a third one that you won't see, but I'm adding it right here for demonstration purposes. And then here, this section right here is your adductors. A lot of time they kind of just blend them, and you don't really see all these muscles anyway, so most of the time when you're drawing legs, you are just drawing this section right here.
Oh, that. They have one without
It's just like
it.
an implying one. Ooh, there it
There's
is.
one down there. Alright, so you can see that the sartorius comes out here. And those are the inside muscles, and those are the outside muscles. So there you go.
It's like a bunch of things being tied together. A bunch
Like
of
I
cords.
said earlier, if you want to learn anatomy specifically, grab some anatomy books or take some anatomy classes and draw the muscles over and over and over and over on the body. Do a lot
Yes.
of studies. The Taco book is cool. You've probably heard of it. The Taco book, I would not recommend studying alone because it's actually a simplified book. So if you're not that interested in anatomy and stuff and you just want to learn the basics, the Taco book's probably fine. If you want to get a little bit more in-depth, I would recommend getting actual anatomy books and drawing the pictures in them over and over. Like, I could grab my iPad. I'll show you what I do when I do anatomy studies.
So this is what I'm going to talk about with these lines that somebody was asking about with the crosshairs. This is showing my perspective and it's showing me where my proportions are. Or I'm deciding where my proportions are with the horizontal lines right here. This is kind of like you can choose where it is, but it depends on your head angle. I decided my head was going to be turned slightly to the left. And we're going to see the side of the head right here. And then for me, because I have my head shape already, I can decide how I want, where do I want the eyes to be? Do I want it to be up here? Do I want it to be super down here? Depends on my character.
Do like most bookstores hold on to anatomy books? Yeah, if they're sizable. Morpho's very, very popular these days. So You'll
Yes.
find this book all over. Alright, so when I do anatomy studies, I do a full figure drawing these days generally. It's not the only way to study anatomy, there's a bunch of ways.
This one helped me a lot, though.
But I'll do a full figure drawing and then I will add every single muscle and color them. So I'll do all this kind of stuff. So again, you can see the red line is the sartorius. These are your quads. You got your tensor fascia latae right there. You got your adductors and stuff inside of there.
I didn't know that there was a latte in there.
Yeah. Or I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Latin. But yeah, I do my anatomy studies like this, and I'll just draw every single muscle, and I'll draw a figure from reference, like a reference photo, and then I'll go collect a whole bunch of anatomy reference from online, and I'll fill in all the muscles.
He still starts with this first, though.
Exactly. I start with this always. Anatomy is so intimidating. Just start with main groups.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to learn the muscles and anatomy and stuff, just start with groups of muscles, like your
Chest.
your
front.
chest and torso. You're pretty good just starting with the torso.
Yeah.
It's not even that complicated. You got basically just deltoid, pecs. Well, deltoid is even kind of like an arm muscle, right? But
Yeah.
like if you're just gonna do your torso, you don't even have that many muscles that you need to draw.
It just looks a lot because you have to do them on both
Yeah.
sides.
Deltoid, pecs. You got your
Serratus
anterior. Below that, you got your obliques. You got your abdominals, and is that pretty much all the visual
basically
ones?
it.
It's basically the visual
The
ones.
visual one. Oh, your sternocleidomastoid.
You got your that's on your neck. You got
Yeah,
your
but it still
sternocleidomastoid.
appears
You
on the
got your
front.
traps on the back. But like, there's only like 5 or 6 main muscles if you're just gonna draw a torso. Now, obviously, the back view is gonna have more muscles, but I would start there.
These are going to be on YT. This is already on YT actually. So here I drew a head. Here I marked out where I want the brow ridge and the cheekbone to be, and so that way I can put this curve in. This is my eye socket. Here's my cheekbone, and that goes down to the chin. Here I just drew this ball. This is generally where the mouth is going to go. And whenever you draw mouths, even in an anime style, you're going to keep this in mind, because whenever you draw mouths in a 3/4 angle, even though it looks really kind of intimidating, it's really just a short line with a long line. But notice that these lines are wrapping around this ball right here. So it's subtle, but it's there. So rather than just drawing straight lines like this on a 3/4 ball, this doesn't look like it's rotating around, but this one does, because it's using this as a reference. So when I'm drawing mouths, whether they're smiling in a 3/4 view, I will keep in mind that the side that's facing us will generally show a lot more, but the other side will end a lot shorter. That's why we won't really see this in a 3/4 head. We won't see this, because this is creepy. That's creepy. We don't want to do that. Instead, that actually implies that your mouth is so long that you can actually see both sides. So instead, we cut it short. We make this side flat, this side a little bit more dimensional. That way you can add in the teeth and the tongue, and it'll look pretty natural. But it's still wrapping around the ball of the mouth in some ways, especially when you show the teeth. Whenever people draw teeth, they think it's straight, but it's actually kind of curved, especially in the 3/4 view. You'll see curvature in the lines, and you'll also even see the underside of the teeth, the molars in the back. When I draw long hair, it ends up looking very flat. Is there a way to make it have more depth and 3-dimensional? We actually covered that a little bit right here. Think of hair like a wireframe. So rather than just thinking about outlines like this does not really give much information. But if you add lines that intersected each strand like this, it gives more information, and it immediately shows depth. So add more curves, and also think about the wireframe of where the hair is going. So your hair may look like this right now, which is totally fine, but as long as you add overlaps, what strands are going underneath where, it'll look a lot better. Ooh, thank you for the follows. Slurp, Sophie, Olivia, ooh, I love that name, Gabby, Megan, and April.
No, I really do like the name Olivia.
I really like the name Olivia too. Why am I watching this, bro? I've never drawn ever. Well, I think it's your sign to draw.
I think it's
your sign.
I mean, that's a good compliment. I'll give you that.
Yes, that's
for
a very
sure.
good compliment.
Marin. That's how like we say melon.
Marin.
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 Marins.
So when I'm drawing, a face, or not, I can't even speak today. When I'm drawing a mouth that is shouting, I'm still including this curve right here. And that's showing the perspective of the mouth. I can even add in the lips, drop the jaw down. I can still add the teeth, the bottom of the nose, maybe this person's yawning. You'll notice that I added this lip right here over the mouth to show depth in the lips, and did the same thing at the bottom. Sometimes you can even add the bottom of the lip down here and have it stretch across the mouth, like that, and it'll look a lot more dimensional. How do I draw anatomy? Whenever I draw, I always mess up on anatomy. Anatomy is very difficult. Understand that if you've never drawn before, anatomy is like being expected to lift a lot and do 1,000 pounds on your first try. That's basically what it is. So when you are doing anatomy, I do not suggest learning the muscles immediately. In fact, I would suggest taking a figure drawing class and learning a process of how to break down the figure. This is what Colton did earlier. He broke down the figure with cylinders and boxes and the proportions. Once he got that all figured out and he liked it, then he moved on to adding more anatomy. So most of the time, understand, or if you've never done anatomy before, do this first. That's how I learned it. That's how Colton learned it. We never go into just learning the pecs or the crazy detail of muscles, because that's just going to confuse us. And if your base doesn't look right, your muscles that you add on top won't look as good either.
I love art, but for some reason I have no interest in drawing, but a huge interest in editing. That's awesome.
Oh.
Editors are super, super useful, and it's a very artistic thing as well.
It is.
What should I start learning to draw? I've been drawing circles and cubes and spheres and cylinders forever. What should I do? Honestly, I would say get a sketchbook and just start drawing all kinds of stuff with no hesitation. Just draw plants and trees and people and clothes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the time, there's certain kinds of artists out there that get stuck drawing. I'm like this. I do this sort of thing where I'll just draw my comfort zone. I'll draw like cubes and cylinders and spheres, and I'll just draw them over and over. Yes, it's a perfectionist. What perfectionist?
Technical perfectionist.
Technical perfectionist. So my advice for technical perfectionists who are afraid to step outside of their comfort zone and don't know what to do, get a sketchbook and a ballpoint pen and just draw everything without caring at all if your drawings don't turn out.
Mm-hmm.
Just tons and tons and tons of drawing. Actually, funny enough, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm just drawing in a sorrow head. And this is what my book looks like. Right? This is stuff from the taco book, like I was talking about earlier. These are just little doodles that I did, and I don't care if these turn out good or not. I just get a felt tip marker and just draw and draw and draw and draw anything and everything. Right? This is a study book, but like I'm just doing all kinds of things, right? Like this person doesn't have a head. I messed up on the calf. Don't care, just drawing. It helps me get outside of the comfort zone with being a technical perfectionist. All that kind of stuff. Don't care. That's from, what's that book called? What's that guy's called? Tom Fox Draws?
Yes.
We have a bunch of anatomy books, by the way. I just draw them and stuff.
People are asking a lot about shirt folds, which I have not covered lately, so I think that will be my last topic before I move on to watercolor.
Man, I knew
Clothing
some
and baggy
people.
clothes.
Oh, here's some other examples as well.
Go ahead.
Just all these different characters overlapping in all these different angles, and if they turn out absolutely horribly, I don't care. I just am trying to draw and get over my fear of drawing. Like that sort of thing.
Getting over that fear.
We have a lot of anatomy books. I've studied a lot of them. Because I like seeing how people explain things. Like, I really like Tom Fox Draws' stuff. I think he adds a lot of
complexity,
planes to things like the rib cage and head. Like, if you're already a pretty good artist, I think it's super, super useful. I'm a bigger fan of like Michael Hampton for learning figure drawing because it's like simpler. But I say
study
there's
from
no
whoever.
harm in studying from more and more and more and more people.
Yeah. In fact, I study a lot from Japanese artists and their styles. I don't know what all their names are because they're kind of, I don't know, hard to understand. But I see like, oh, how do they break down the specific body types and stuff, and it helps a lot.
Yeah.
Clothes.
Like Christine and I have taken Will Weston's figure drawing classes over and over. Like, he teaches classes online even to this day. He's actually in Paris right now.
Ooh.
For a long time. He's teaching at some art school in Paris for like the next, I don't even remember. But Christine and I have taken Will Weston's stuff over and over. He's one of my favorite figure drawing teachers. He learned straight from Glenn Villepeu himself. Glenn Villepeu is still teaching classes online.
I would love to take a class by him.
I think people, such a positive message. I think people need to learn how to love the process of simply drawing. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like, when I was in art center, the students who just constantly had a sketchbook and were drawing
Because they loved it.
were always the ones who got better.
In fact,
Always the ones who got
they
better.
face less burnout than the ones who just try to grind it out and be like, I have to go and go, you know?
Putting too much pressure on yourself to be a perfectionist is much less effective at getting good than just drawing and not caring. What are you using to draw? It's an iPad with on Procreate. Yeah, and that's a really common thing. It's called I don't know if this is actually the exact thing that it's called, but it's basically being a technical perfectionist. Do you think we should learn anatomy to a T? No, not at all.
No, I don't.
If you want to be an anatomy instructor, I would say yes.
Yeah.
If your goal is to teach people correct anatomy, absolutely. If your goal is to just be able to draw people, not necessarily.
This
but
is
if
the
you're
level.
a big anatomy nerd, by all means do it.
Yeah.
For sure.
But you don't have to do, that's not a prerequisite to be able to draw.
Yeah.
Like, for the most part, most of the bodies that I draw is this level. But it's like, I know where most of the muscles are anyways, and that's all I really want to show, because that's the purpose of the drawing.
Yeah.
Really depends. If you want to be a full-out nerd, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. In fact, I would love a book like that.
Yeah, my problem is being a technical perfectionist. I will not travel outside my comfort zone and draw. I'll stick within a limited space of things.
Me too.
I think everybody tends to do that to an extent.
Yeah. I find myself being more like the intuitive artist, where I'll have very expressive stuff, but the structure sometimes needs a bit more work.
Yeah, like people who feel very creative and free, but they're just like, oh my gosh, anatomy, or oh my gosh, perspective, or oh, I really need to learn a process.
Yeah.
I needed this advice. I stopped for a while since I'm comparing myself and felt demotivated. Yeah, that's a huge. It's very common. I'm glad that it helped. I'll get into these cycles where I start comparing and start getting depressed and demotivated because I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's people out there who are so good.
But you know what's interesting is that we think that that's what's supposed to work.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It's actually counterintuitive. So.
Yeah. I've been teaching for a really long time. I've taught a lot of different students one-on-one, and I've seen, as far as I know, pretty much every single situation of what people struggle with. And there are different, archetypes.
Yes.
Of
different types of artists.
What people struggle with. I know a lot about it. I've mentored people one-on-one and taught for a really long time. And so it's when someone asks a question in chat, a lot of the time it gives an indication of what exactly they're struggling with.
And what kind of practice works best for them.
And
stuff like
yeah,
that.
so that's why we really want to do the coaching calls with the Anime Art School, is because if we can help identify what type of learner you are and what you are held behind, I think it can actually help a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yup. We do save our live streams. We're actually streaming on our YT channel right now. You can back up the stream. You can go look at any of our past live streams. There's a really good Bluey episode on keeping doing stuff even if you're not good at it from the get-go.
Aw, that's nice.
I'm not actually familiar with that. Is that like a podcast
Bluey,
or something? But
no.
it sounds good.
Bluey's a kids cartoon now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and I think they really do a lot of mental health stuff.
Are the coaching calls free? No. Well, if you buy our Anime Art School, you get 2 free coaching calls. But we're also opening a program where you can purchase individual coaching calls.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have the page set up for that. So right now it's just with the Anime Art School. It's like our new promotion that we're running this month.
Yeah, so if you do get Anime Art School after hearing this promotion, let us know when you want to get that call.
I will see. If you buy Anime Art School, I will get an email saying that we have a new student. And so if you want the coaching calls, just go to our Discord server, DM or talk in the chat and say, hey, I got to school. I want the coaching calls. Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, schedule. Let's find a schedule. So, clothing folds. I always start with shirts because basically every outfit is a shirt. And I think that even just shirts are complicated.
Well, the funny thing is, there's a book out there. Remember the Drawing Suits?
Yeah.
You can learn almost everything about drawing clothes just from drawing suits.
That's true. That is true.
I don't remember who made that book.
I don't
Will
know.
Weston recommended it, right?
Oh, I need to look at that. I actually don't remember that book very much.
And Kirk Shinmoto. He's a really good figure drawing teacher.
Kirk Shin.
Shinmoto. I took his class live in Burbank a long time ago. It was really good. I love that dude. He's so cool.
Hi, Artemis.
All right, Artemis. Drawing hands or fingers. Christina talked a little bit about hands earlier in the stream. You'll have to
Rewind. Probably.
yeah, you'll have to rewind and head over to our YT channel. Sorry, I got an email and I was looking at it. Pro artist. Yeah, you'll have to go to our YT channel and rewind it because there were hands earlier in the stream.
Alright. So what I like to do is I like to think, what's going on with the body? Is this a tight shirt or is this a loose shirt? Whoa. Did you just see that? We just got brighter.
We just got a message from God telling us. No, I'm kidding. What the heck?
What the heck? We
Now
was
it's all bright.
Blinding me. So, you have seam lines right here. Please don't ignore your seam lines. This is actually really important and makes your shirts look a lot better, especially on the sides when you see
What's your problem,
the when you see the seam line going over the folds like this. It like gives you a lot of dimension. So first of all, add your seam lines. 2, find out where your points of that's perfect. Yep. Find out where your points of pressure is, not pressure, points of tension is. Usually that's around the shoulders. And by the way, if you want to know more about the 7 basic folds and where they and what they are, you can check out our Anya TikTok on where she teaches folds.
Yup.
So shoulders and pecs will generally be a tension point because it stretches out the fabric, especially if you're really built. And generally, if you want like a looser shirt, you'll see a lot more diagonal folds starting from the shoulders going down to the sides. And just even adding that is perfectly fine. In fact, you'll even see some folds coming from the pec and draping over to the side as well. So even just adding this is perfectly fine. Then you got your compression folds, which basically means a bunch of excess folds that are landing on your hips or wherever it is, and they're just kind of there. And a lot of the time you'll see some zigzags like this. Zigzags like that. Tension folds radiate from a point. Wow, that's a bad arrow. Compression that gets baggy, and this is really common in baggy clothing as well, and they kind of scrunch. Compression.
Can you please post your sketches? You mean the ones in the sketchbook, Jeff? I don't actually really post those. Sometimes I'll show them on screen, but I don't want to post those. That's my sketchbook of
personal
bad experimental art.
I think a lot of people are encouraged to see that though.
I might post them someday.
So notice that when I'm drawing in these folds, I'm also adding a line that shows the form. This is more of a stylistic choice. You don't have to do this, but I always think that by doing this wireframe of some sort, helps you to see where the folds are going. Now, if you want to draw a baggy outfit, very baggy outfit, keep in mind that especially with a baggy t-shirt, you'll see a lot of gaps. For instance, a tight sleeve will stick to the skin or stick to the arm, but a loose sleeve, I know it's very obvious, but sometimes people don't really draw it, you'll see a lot of excess fabric hanging down like this, and that attributes to the very baggy outfit. And still, you'll see very similar folds.
That's great, Autumn. Honestly, you're probably gonna get the most benefit. If you have struggled a lot on something, Dahlia, when you're gonna get like a lot of aha moments during critique.
Yes. And actually, it'll help me a lot more with finding where you're struggling. It's always good to struggle, because I made those same struggles, and I think everybody makes those same
Struggling is learning. Like, think about being in the gym and you're like struggling to lift a weight. That's when you're getting like the most the
out
most
of it.
exercise, right? When you're hitting that limit. Are you guys a couple? Yes, we
Yes.
are. What app do you use? It is Procreate on the iPad. Just a good app. You know?
Can I see if that looks good on the vertical?
Yeah.
Thank you. So for baggy clothes, and this goes into baggy clothes in general, like with sweaters or anything like that. Once again, it depends on the material of the cloth. Here you'll see that the body is completely doesn't even matter anymore because it's literally covering the body. But it's still important to have the body underneath because you got to know where the folds are. So for instance, where the pecs are, I want to emphasize that is where it is through a fold, and I want it to drag across the body. This is using these lines is more about direction. It's about design. So not all the time will you see folds going straight down like this. This is very static, but it does happen. But you want to find out how to make it look more interesting. So the way how I do it is, personally for me, is I curve the lines and make it more diagonal because it just looks more like it's in motion, it's alive. That's a personal preference. But are there shirts that have folds that go straight down? For sure. Depends on your reference. I don't have any reference right now, but I've drawn a lot of shirts like this, and this is the most of the common folds that I see. And then, of course, compression folds will also happen in baggy clothing. The only difference is you will see a lot more longer folds, especially around the sleeves. You'll see less body. See that? Notice how this one right here sticks to the body a little bit more. This one doesn't. This one just drapes over the body like a square. So that really helps me with differentiating the different types of tightness, I guess. And if you want to draw a sweater that's really baggy, use less folds and you make the folds rounder. So rather than having very sharp, tapered, close together folds, make them softer. Like literally soften the lines. Don't make them as harsh. Even the compression folds on the bottom right here will literally be rounded. And less Alright, so I think that's pretty good for tutorials, yeah.
Watercolor!
Yes, what should we do?
So, there's a number of people here. Do you guys make tutorial vids on this kind of stuff? You can actually watch the recordings of the live streams themselves if you want. It's on our YT channel. Draw Anime Academy is our channel. And all of them are automatically archived and you can rewatch them as many times as you want. Number 2, I think tutorials are going to be done for the day, and Christina's going to get into watercolor / mixed media artwork.
So we gotta get those.
So we've got Loveless, Sherlindria, Salem, Rogel, and Null. I don't actually know who's.
Maybe we'll go down the list.
We'll go down the list.
We'll see if Loveless is here.
All right, Loveless. I believe you are next on the list.
Are you here?
You're on our list. What?
This ain't a book anymore. This is just a bunch of papers.
This is ridiculous. It's an outrage.
Well, I guess I don't have to tear it out anymore.
Bruh.
Loveless is here. Okay.
Loveless is here.
Shubham, I don't know how to pronounce your name. How to practice anime hair. We did cover how to do that. You can rewind to that point, but we're done with tutorials for today.
Yep. You can rewind the stream since you are on the YT channel.
Yep.
And hair was actually covered earlier. I think I was the one who actually talked about that mostly.
Loveless, send me your OC that you want me to draw.
I'm really scared of doing Painterly style. It's hard. Painterly is difficult. Painterly stuff is difficult. Coming from a painter.
Yes.
Funny enough, I'm not really a drawer. I'm a painter. Most of my professional work for years was painting. So I'm not really a drawer. I'm a painter. Like, I can do line work. But I paint. I'm not a drawer. I prefer painting usually.
So I'm gonna wait because Loveless still gotta send me her OC. So while I do that, I'm just gonna color her in because I haven't drawn Naomi in a hot minute. And I
remember that dumpster alley tut like it was yesterday. You mean the video that I made on our YT channel like 2-3 years ago?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it has been a while. That was the first video we put on
Ever.
on our channel.
Yeah,
That was before we even really started TikTok.
that was way before TikTok.
Yeah, we've grown 170,000 TikTok followers since that video was posted.
Mm-hmm.
That's a throwback.
Oh my gosh, swag. This is what it looks like.
Yeah.
The projector. Alright, I
Oh,
got it. Awesome. Oh, this one's gonna be fun. Alright. I guess I'll
Like
color for later.
40,000 views. Yeah, I think the video is like 230,000 views now or something. But that's like an old video. It's still good. It's just, by the way, Photoshop does not have that feature anymore.
Unfortunately.
You can kind of do that a little bit with like grease pencil in Blender, but it just doesn't. It's not like, you know, it's not the same.
It ain't. This is the lovely OC. So this is gonna be really fun. Alright. Let's see here.
Jace the Ace. Here's Jason. Hello. In the same as you, Colton, I'm way better at painting than drawing and struggle with the lines. Yeah, I've been really practicing line work with these anime heads that I've been doing. I haven't done any for a little bit. Actually, I did a couple more anime heads recently. Hey Hazel, eating Korean fried chicken nuggets, nice.
Yummy.
Tutorials. I should probably shut down this. And what do we call this? We say mixed media
art.
RC art.
Hey, Hazel.
There we go.
Aw, thanks, Mindy. And Gut. After I warm up, it's pretty smooth going from here.
Abby joined.
Abby!
Yippee.
Yippee! We got interesting piercings.
Nice. All these students sharing their practice in the circus.
Yeah.
Sherlindria, Lindsay, Awesome, Stardust, Misaki, Clear Sky.
A little bit higher.
Yippee.
Everybody's doing really well on their homework. I bet. I hope. Ooh.
No. Awesome. Colton, can I show you some of my paintings? Yeah, you can post them in the Art Share channel. I'll take a look at them right now because I have nothing else to do.
Sorry.
So yeah. No, it's all good. You want
Takes me some
you can
time.
share them on like Art Share 1 or whatever.
Ooh.
I don't know where to put this, Brad.
I don't know.
Just over here. Oh,
Loveless, what is this boy's name?
she said it.
Oh, where is it?
Adao, A-D-A-O,
A-D-A-O.
A-D-A with a little thingy on it. O.
Oh, okay. Adao?
I don't know how to say it.
Sorry. I think this is one of my... I think this is the second guide that I did for these portraits.
That's fun. Oh, nice. That's fun. What media is that? Is that like acrylic? That looks fun. Is that like a Harrier jump jet or something? I don't know my jets very well. I'm sorry. That one's fun. How do you guys pick which OCs to draw? This was from a promotion that ran last month, and people who bought our live classes get their OC drawn in watercolor and acrylic markers, and then they get our how to draw books, and it all gets mailed to them. That's fun. It was hairier, and I'm pretty sure the plane was acrylic, and the Hydra was a piece was a mix. Awesome, chalk and watercolor. That's fun. Traditional art is really fun. Yeah, those look nice. There's a guy out there. His name is Miko Kuth, and he's a concept artist. He draws really nice jets and stuff. He has a school in Poland. What?
Can I see the vertical?
Yes, it looks
okay,
good.
Good. Looks good. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not having the canvas go like super. You know what? I want to show more of his body, so I'm gonna move this collar. I can't be lazy with this. I'm so excited because I have these acrylic markers that I'm so excited to use for this character.
Wow, lots of people.
What?
I have to ask, Crits, why did you ask to get server muted? Is it because you accidentally like talked on your microphone and you don't want anybody to hear you or something, or your microphone is broken or something? I kept teasing Tori, saying that she was bullying people in our server by muting them.
Whoa.
But Crits asked to be
That's funny. Crits asked to be muted.
In the Discord, yeah, we have a couple of art share channels. Crits what? Yeah, Tori bullies Crits. I'm kidding.
Playful banter.
I don't think it's actually even banter. I think
not even
Crits
banter.
literally just asked to be
That's so funny.
muted.
That's so funny.
No more jump scare, accidental Crits voice reveals. I could unmute. I don't want to. I don't know what the deal is that they made. Dang, I want to get back into doing game nights on Fridays.
I know.
But we can't stay up late anymore because we have classes on Saturdays. You hear that? Live students, it's your fault that we can't do game night. I'm kidding.
That's so horrible.
Nah, I'm kidding. We could still do game night. Saturday game night could be fun.
We'll see.
It's not a bad idea. How do you know where to start drawing? You can start anywhere. If you know proportion, you can reverse engineer. But generally, you'd probably want to start with the important part. How do I find your Discord server? You can direct message us on TikTok and ask for the invite, and I'll send it to you.
I started without figuring out what the pose should be. Let me think.
If it's just a bust shot.
Yeah, but I don't want it to just be like, oh, his arms are there and that's it. I want there to be some kind of it.
OMG, he looks so gorgeous. Loveless says. Loveless, what do you think?
I want him to like cross his arms, you know, 'cause it's kind of cool that way.
Yeah, so if you're looking for the Discord server, direct message us on TikTok, ask for the invite, and I'll send it to y'all. Oh, I see a couple. Or I see one.
Let me just do a quick rough sketch of that. It's gonna be a little bit hard to fit a crossed arm pose in here because it's so small. I ain't gonna do that. Too much work. I don't want to make a mistake either.
Oh my gosh, guys! So we got a DM from what are they even called? Ambassador, like a representative.
TikTok ambassador.
Like a representative or whatever. They have a huge TikTok that's verified, and they're legit. There's like these businesses that creators can work with that can help you on TikTok if you get like banned, or if you get if something happens. You can like work with them, and they work with TikTok in order to help you out, because TikTok's weird like that. And a really big one reached out to us. They had like over 1 million followers, and I set up a call with them, and I was just like, all right, yeah, we're gonna go on like this Google Meet, talk to them and everything. I missed the call. I was on the phone with my brother and we were talking about something, and all of a sudden I realized I was like 10 minutes late to the call, and I was like, so I'm gonna set up another call with them and hopefully they forgive.
Yeah.
Forgive. Stop that. You're embarrassing me. Yeah, I did mention it a while ago. That's the update, though. Forgives. What if I literally messaged them? I was like, forgives.
Forgive me.
Yeah, they're based in Singapore. Like, it's not that big of a deal because TikTok's being banned in the States anyways, so it's like, how much benefit are we really gonna get from it? But maybe that's just me coping. Long story short, Colton's an idiot.
No, he's just distracted
And
lately.
we're cooked, chat.
We're not cooked. Colton needs to give himself a little bit of grace.
We will lose it. Yeah, I mean, our account will be around, but we won't be able to access it. So we're going to continue streaming on our YT channel, but there's probably going to be some big changes.
I don't even know how many people will be on there on
Some
our YouTube.
big changes. Nope, Christina's Chinese.
Yes.
Her mom is from Shanghai, and her dad is from Xiamen. Is that it?
Yes. They're both in China. From China. I have seen... I've definitely had some family friends from China say that I look Japanese, but... I don't know. I think I've also had people that say that I look Korean, and they're from a massage place, and they're Chinese. What?
People say I look bald.
Well, people say you're my dad, so that's weird. What fine liner do you use? This is the Faber-Castell Fude Nib. Hard Fude Nib.
Yippee. But there's another sick pen that you were going to use, weren't you?
I was.
You were going to try these, actually.
Yes, I was going to try these.
Trying to break out the sick, epic pens.
Now I just hope that these don't bleed when I put water on them.
No, they should be good.
This
Or
one?
try it on
I'll do this one.
try it on this. They shouldn't. Unless the guy at the art store was wrong. I don't think he was wrong, though.
Yeah. I'm sure he does. Pee-pee time? Colton basically gets called old every time someone asks him, Christine? He's Christine. Yeah, I always thought that was funny. Okay, wait a second. Did I dip this right? Okay. Yay, no bleeding. I need y'all to share with me what paint pen things you use. So I don't even know what this is called. You can get this at Hobby Lobby. No, Hobby Lobby. I guess you could get this at Hobby Lobby. At Blick or Michaels probably has it. It just looks like a calligraphy pen. And it has this plastic nib. You'll see like it's white and it has a dark tip. That's the one I'm using, and this is basically the Fude nib. It's just a different brush. I don't know what this is called though. Whatever.
That's what's so cool about them is you have no idea what they're called.
So when everybody asks, like, what brush is that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's in Chinese.
Yeah.
All I know is that we can go to Hobby Lobby and find it hanging up. And there's a hard, and there's a medium, and I don't know which one is which. You like that?
It's pretty nice, actually.
Pretty heckin' good, ain't it? I see so many people using this, like a lot of pros. They use these ones specifically.
Honestly, it feels pretty good. You get a lot of interesting control.
I think it's called Bitmoji Kure Take brush pen. It's
not
not
a
a brush
brush
pen, it's a felt tip marker, but they might call it a brush pen still. They do have a brush pen version, and we have it.
Honestly,
Maybe,
this has a lot more control.
Maybe they call it a brush pen as well. They've got the brush pen one, which is like actual, like a brush. And then they've got these felt tip versions, which I think they also call brushes for some reason. It looks very satisfying. It is a pretty satisfying.
Pretty good juicer, honestly.
I'm always so scared to draw with a pen because I might mess up.
It happens all the time.
Yeah, that's totally understandable, you know. However, if you draw with a pen, how about this? Get a special sketchbook and dedicate that sketchbook to drawing only with a pen, and by the time you get like halfway through the sketchbook, you're not going to be very afraid of drawing with a pen anymore because you're going to be so used to it.
Sketchbook.
So that's what I would do. Just get a sketchbook, get a Sharpie, draw a big X on the cover, and say, and write like bad drawings. And now you can draw bad drawings.
Yeah, it gives you the excuse to.
Because you're allowed.
Well, like I think a lot of people just need to allow themselves to make bad drawings.
Yeah, they need permission to make bad art. You know, funny enough, I learned that from a class that I took from who's that guy's name? Ian McKegg.
Yeah.
He says to go to the top of your page and write, "This is a bad drawing." And now you have permission to fail. Ian McKegg is a legend, by the way. A legend.
Well, I even do that with stream. Like, most of the drawings that I do on stream, they're bad drawings. But that makes it so that it's actually not very stressful. Like, I don't have to draw perfectly.
Man, Ian McKegg is so cool. He's so good. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's like an old school concept artist, you know, like doing storyboards with like simple
Oh my
graphite
gosh,
pencils
that's
for
so
like
cool.
old movies and stuff.
He's
like a
cool.
Craig Mullins type dude.
Wow.
Christina's bad drawings is very different from my bad drawings. That's because Christina's given herself permission to fail for a really, really, really long time.
Yep.
Any specific mangaka / artist y'all love?
I have one.
I don't read a lot of manga. What?
Have one.
Who?
Well, one is Clamp, but
Clamp
two,
is great.
But two, Arina Tanemura.
Yeah.
I've been like looking at her art recently again, and I just gave me so much nostalgia, so I'm just gonna look it up really quick.
It's like old school stuff?
It's old school stuff. Oh my gosh, it's like typing in a dream.
It's because you're typing with your two pointer
Yeah.
fingers. Oh, that stuff.
I love this
Christina
stuff.
loves this
I
stuff.
love this artist specifically. I used to read a lot of her mangas, and I was obsessed. Like, look at that. It's so cute.
Yeah.
It's very dense.
Just give yourself permission to fail. Give yourself permission. That's what this sketchbook was. This was my permission to fail sketchbook. Ew.
Oh.
And fail I did.
Look at this, Colton. I was really
That's
inspired
so
by this
cute.
artist.
Ew. That's when I was doing a bunch of those like Asaro head looking drawings.
I think one of my first introductions to shoujo manga was that artist, and I just loved her stories so much that I'm like, I have to get every single volume, and I wish I have every single volume to this day. So I might have to make some adjustments or some like I guess like some artistic liberty, because I don't really know the full design of this character.
Colton Chat wants to see your art. I ain't showing my bad stuff, but I can show my good stuff, my good side, my pretty side.
My pretty
If
side.
you want, I can show.
I think that's what they meant.
Sure. How do you guys draw reaching hand? Here, take a screenshot of this. There you go. Now that's you can use that as a reference.
I wish I could just whip up my iPad and show how to draw one, but I'm doing this.
We were just talking about being allowed to fail. Oh, I allow myself to fail, just not in front of you guys. I showed that stuff earlier. Too scared to trust the process of my drawing? Usually that's because you might not have a process. Like, or you haven't learned a process solid and practiced it enough. Just spend a lot of time developing and learning processes, you know. Actually, books are really good for that. Books teach processes a lot of the time. You can make your own sketchbook. Yeah, for sure. When I got started, I was so afraid to ruin a sketchbook, I just bought a big stack of printer paper and started going through those. I still have them some of my old figure drawing stuff from like 3 or 4 years ago. A couple months ago, you recommended me Michael Hampton books. Oh yeah. I think he only has one book, but yeah, it's really good. I have it right here. He has a great YouTube channel as well.
Don't mind me adding a bit of anatomy in there.
Ooh.
Ew, fancy. Alright, time to erase.
When did you both start drawing properly? I feel like I don't draw properly still. But do you mean like when did we start getting professional training? Danny draws, hello.
Danny draws.
Yeah. 2015. Right out of high school. I technically I was learning from some pretty good books before I went to the trade school, but I was first professionally trained in 2015. What about you?
I was first professionally trained. I think I was mentored by you for a little bit before I took professional classes,
Yeah.
but I'll say when I took professional classes, it was in 2019. Yep, because that was when I started Art Center.
Chat is so real right now. What?
Hmm?
It does feel like a pretty mature crowd in here right now. Like just kind of base.
Chill.
What? I need to see the original OCCCC. I'm improved since
Here's the
then
original
it changed my
OC.
perspective on art. That's awesome, Lane. Or Laney.
What happened? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
The Michael Hampton recommendation.
Ooh.
This is not what I meant. Lols. What?
Huh?
So pretty. You make a decent amount of money in the entertainment/game industry. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
My eraser not erasing the way I want.
I don't know what you're talking about, Fox. The hell are you on about? Hear me out. Usually I scrub inking because I do it too slow. I'm trying to do the lines faster, like one flick in motion.
Oh, yes. That happens a lot.
That's definitely good, but there's also styles out there that's got really, really good, nice, slow, wobbly lines, but they're confident slow lines.
Yeah.
There's some really, really good artists out there who just draw wobbly lines, but they just feel so good.
Give me those.
Karl Koplinski has wobbly lines. What?
The color market, that one. I want to try this.
Oh my goodness. Hold on, I gotta shake these up right. I don't know if that worked or not.
I don't know. Let me think.
You awake, chat? Can you make a decent amount of money at the entertainment? Yeah, my first job that I took was 350 USD a day. I was working on theme park stuff. Just to give you a point of reference, that's not that much. A lot of people, like, if you're a decent level concept artist, a lot of people will charge between $600 and $800 a day as freelancers. They'll take multiple jobs at the same time. If you work in-house at a studio, it depends where you are in the world, but there's some studios that'll pay like 150, 200 a day, and they'll have consistent work for you like year-round if you can get on their list of regulars. So like a lot of people from like Romania and Ukraine and different places will do concept art, and they'll freelance, and they'll take on Western jobs, and they'll just make boatloads of money because it's so much for their currency. What is concept art? Concept art is a pre-production art design job where you're basically visualizing what a game, a movie, a theme park might look like once it's built, and they use it as a reference to build it on. So you draw artwork before the game actually exists. It's pre-production, so it's essentially you're drawing blueprints. There's a lot of different kinds of concept art, right? There's like really blue sky stuff, in a very early production where you're like thinking about what the game might look like. There's character concept art. There's like plans for a roller coaster. Kind of like plans for what the park is gonna look like. Like when I did theme park art, I did some lazy rivers, like inner tubing rivers. I did like wave pools and how it's laid out. So like where are the footpaths at? Where's the lazy river? What does the decorative wall look like? Where are the plants hanging down? What does the little restaurant that's half in the water and half out of the water look like? Where are the chairs? What does the main entrance of the theme park look like? That kind of stuff. It's a design job. So I want to become a concept artist. Concept art is cool. It's very, very competitive, but it's totally doable. What do you think about it? I guess it's essential. Definitely necessary. I mean, if you've drawn something a million times from reference, you can usually draw it pretty decently without reference.
Yeah.
But you generally shouldn't be working without reference ever, like unless you're very comfortable with something. How are you guys today? We're doing good.
We're doing great.
What kind of markers are those?
This
Acrylic markers? That's watercolor.
This is watercolor. I should have done.
Good night, chat. Good night, Dahlia.
Good night, Dahlia.
I'm wanting a career out of art, but I have no clue what yet. You know, yeah, I totally get you. Is art school worth it? It depends on the school and it depends on the industry. And it depends on what you mean by art school. Do you mean like college or do you mean like a trade school? And not all schools are created equal. Not all teachers are equal. It's a really broad, or it's a really, really specific question to context. Some of them absolutely yes. Some of them I would not recommend at all. I struggle a lot with finding the light point. Could you give any advice? Do you mean with like drawing humans in portrait? Here's a pro tip. Study portrait photography.
Yes.
There's a channel out there on YouTube called The Slanted Lens. Photographers have been doing this forever. Oh, well, since cameras were invented. They know where to put the light, the shadows cast in the same spot every time. Study photography because a photographer's tool is light. So that's the only thing they have to work with. Where do I put the light, right? Their exposure, their white balance and stuff. But if you want to learn about where to put a light, study photography. And painters, of course. But if you want to learn how to paint people and you don't know where to put the light, Rembrandt lighting, half lighting, butterfly lighting, these are all terms that photographers use and painters also use.
Yes.
So it crosses over because what you're doing is you're really lighting the face and lighting the body.
That's a lot of them will have a very specific look.
Yep. So like Rembrandt lighting, very iconic. A lot of photographers use that. You'll learn the difference between hard and soft light. You'll learn the difference between like, you know, window light, backlighting, contre-jour, all that kind of stuff. And it's fun. Can you have a day where you guys just teach different lighting and shading?
We could have a more
Maybe.
focused.
We could try focus
streams.
Christina did kind of like a Rembrandt-ish right here.
Yeah. Because I think it's fun. And guys look good with Rembrandt.
Rembrandt lighting generally comes in at an angle and leaves a triangular patch of light on the face because the nose casts a shadow. Half lighting is like you're lit from one side. Butterfly lighting You're basically lit from the front, and it has to do with the shape of the shadow underneath your nose. It's been a while since I've studied that stuff.
Shouldn't risk it yet. Should do the hair though.
But another thing about that channel is they teach you about lighting all kinds of things: cars, metal, like metallic surfaces, products.
This is very nice.
Whenever I mentor a student and they're learning about painting, I always have them go and watch the Slanted Lens on YouTube, and they have a series called, what's it called? The Laws of Light.
Mm-hmm.
They teach you how to light spheres, cylinders, cubes, in different situations, and that's literally what you do as a painter. You light primitive forms in different situations. What's the channel? The Slanted Lens. I can't really write it or show it on screen right now, but it's a really good channel. He's actually an art center guy. He graduated from Art Center, which is the school that Christine and I went to, but he was in photography. The Slanted Lens, like camera lens.
Yes.
His name is JP Morgan.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
funny. JP Morgan Chase?
Can you type the name? Yeah, I can type it in the chat. And then it has a series called The Laws of Light, and I think it's like a playlist. Skin color names?
Huh?
I don't. The colors aren't labeled.
No, I just mixed colors together.
Yeah. What acrylic marker brand is that? Today, Christina's trying out the heck are they? The Shuttle art ones. Do you like them so far?
Yeah, I do. It's
Pretty
pretty
nice.
opaque, yeah. I'm gonna be adding more to this, so it's not just gonna be this plain purple color.
Color theory scares me. Color theory gets a lot more manageable when you start thinking in terms of color temperature. Rather than the specific color, think about the relativity of between the colors that you're using. Is this color warmer or cooler? Is the shadow warmer or cooler? And that's going to help you a lot. You can essentially use any colors you want
Just have color relationships.
if you understand how to manage color relationships. Like, obviously, complementary, triadic, whatever, split complementary, all that kind of stuff is useful for like a starting point. And if you want to use like a limited palette, James Gurney in his book Color and Light talks a lot about gamut masks, where you use a limited palette. He's a traditional painter, so he uses a lot of limited palettes where he only squeezes out specific colors of paint tubes, so he can only make certain colors. Is the purple... So is that purple cooler? Then the skin color? Yeah, for sure. So Christina's basically going to decide the shadows of the hair. Do I want them warmer or cooler than the hair color? And the highlights, do I want them warmer or cooler than the hair color? So if this hair is being lit by, say, a warm light, she's probably going to get some warm speculars, and she's going to get probably cooler shadows. Because warmer implies cooler, right? But that's like a painting thing. Do a lot of studies. Do a lot of limited palette studies. And experiment a lot. You're getting
Oh, my hair.
a little bit. So are you going really cool with the shadows?
I might, but I don't think I actually have a darker purple. But I might just go with black for
You
now.
might have to pop out something like this.
Yes, actually. Let me see if there's
Do you have anything in there?
Maybe this
We've got this. We've got...
Maybe that one
Yeah.
will work, actually. Let me get
It's It's not really a purple. It's kind of like a
A bluish hue, but I
Bluish?
like that.
which could work.
This could work. Let me see if this one works. This one is actually a bit too light.
Yeah, it don't work.
This is the Gamba, but I think it's fun.
Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna get much darker than that, other than like the blue maybe.
I like the blue. Well, I'm gonna be layering in more tones and stuff. What I can
Oh, I
even
totally
do.
forgot about what Fox was trying to get me to show my art earlier. No, I don't care. I'll show my art. I don't care. Movie tutorial for good night chat. All right, volume went to bed a while back. Background music is so cute. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe chat doesn't think it's cute. They've been listening to the same music for 8 months. That works pretty well.
Yeah. But I'll be adding more darks.
Have you ever drawn gore stuff?
I don't like drawing gore.
much. Not really.
There's no reason for me to draw gore, so I just don't.
Love the music. Yeah. I'm glad. Because y'all are going to be listening for the rest of your lives. I'm kidding. What pens do you guys recommend for highlights? Pens don't really matter.
Not really.
Doesn't really matter.
They're pretty good.
No preference. Loveless, what do you think?
It'll get darker. A little bit difficult to see because actually the light is putting a glare.
They can see it fine.
Yeah.
I think that's actually pretty fun. Like, I think once you add the line work over top of it, it's gonna look pretty.
Yeah.
It's gonna come together pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Like it? Awesome. Is Fox even here still? Yeah, when I take what? Yes, I am. Okay. Are you still sick? Are you okay? Whenever I take on mentorship students and they want to learn about painting, I always recommend that slanted lens
Yes.
playlist. I like make a list of videos for them to watch from it. And I'm like, watch these during the week and take notes on them with your art medium. Still sick? What is it, like a cold, the flu, something I can barf in?
Wow, this black is very juicy.
Juicy.
I'm gonna see if I can blend my purple.
Do you have your reference up?
No.
You'll just made his eyebrows completely black and you can look at the reference.
No, but it is black.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay. Yo, I was like, that's ballsy.
Well, I can always go over it.
Whoa.
I'm kind of wondering if I can blend.
Give a fever. Rip. Y'all are gonna have like an inch thick acrylic on top of the paper by the time you're done. There's gonna be so many layers. You're gonna look at it, it's gonna be a 3D drawing.
Maybe you have to go in while it's still wet. It's kind of cool though. Yep, much better when I can blend it. When it's
Y'all are
wet.
gonna cook your markers though. Nah, I think it should be fun.
Look at that. It actually does a lot of work for me. Love this.
Oh my gosh, guys, do you remember the stream where TikTok was getting banned? And there was the fire behind us and we were all saluting? That was wild. Only true fans were there. We only had like, I don't even remember, 20, 30 people watching.
Yeah.
How do you know where to place the shadows? Studying
Studying a bunch.
Studying, lighting, form rendering. I remember. That was crazy. 07.
Oh sevens.
That was so crazy. I bet you anything I still have the, No, I don't. I got rid of the flame. I didn't get rid of it on YouTube. That's what it looked like, YouTube. I thought I was on the last stream, but I don't remember that. Yeah, it was very sad. It was actually legit sad, too. And then we put that song on.
I know. It was very sad.
That was the saddest song I've ever heard in my life.
Song.
I want to actually listen to it now.
Oh my gosh. Guys, get ready for tears.
Save. Sad songs. Here it is.
And now, go back with my purple.
Oh, this still brings back the memories.
Hmm.
Remember it?
I do. I do.
This is a charged song.
It is.
Wowza.
Look at that. Okay.
It's so quiet, all I hear is the fan. Well, you don't want to hear it. It'll make you sad. The end of an era.
I know. Look at that, Colton.
Nice.
Doesn't that look nice? Okay.
Loveless? What do y'all think? Okay, I don't want to hear this song anymore. I need to be positive. Be positive. Let me put on the cute song. Here it is. While my jaw's on the floor.
I need to give him a slightly darker shade underneath. There we go. A little bit dark there. Looking a little bit light, I mean. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna add another wash down here too.
Very silly song. Yeah, I love it.
Alright, I gotta move on to other parts of the drawing or else I'm gonna be here forever.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed working on this.
That's good. What I need to do is get my watercolor markers.
Hi. What's the watercolor marker brand thing? They are acrylic markers, and it's the Shuttle Art ones. We got them recently. Christina, have we actually tried these Masters Touch ones? I don't think we have.
No, we haven't. Let me look at the colors.
Whoa! Kayla's
Actually,
not
what,
here to remind you.
I need
To
one of
remind us
these.
what?
Okay, looks like pretty good. Oh, this is gonna be one heck of a cleanup stream. Okay, where did that marker just go? This one. I want his eyes.
What color is that?
Like a warm purple.
Like a warm purple.
Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to mask all of this in a dark purple wash.
Bye bye. Yippee. Yo, yippee. Yay. Ba 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 ba.
Let's do this for now. Where's that purple? There it is. Purple with some Payne's gray. Make it a bit darker. more like it.
That one guy Zekai. All right, Lewis. Have a good night.
Bye, Lewis.
Thanks for hanging out. Whoa, you went out of the line.
I know. I'll cover it. I want to have Korean fried chicken someday.
Who are you drawing? Loveless? Y'all want to fill Zeke in?
It's Loveless's character.
When did you guys start doing traditional?
Ooh, I've always done traditional for ever since I was a kid until I moved to digital when I was like what, 13?
Staying in the line is for a baby's phone. Is that why you're always staying in line spot? Let me actually check. Did you color outside of the lines here? Nope. Dark Wolf. You do? Oh no, you don't. Never mind. You're not a member on. I was gonna say you do in the sketch, yeah.
I actually like that, even though that this paper is kind of like dry, I can still pull colors when I re-wet it again. Okay, it's looking good.
I don't know what to talk about.
I don't know either.
How was your day? Mine? Christina's? Ours? It was fine.
We went out to Wildflower.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
Dare you forget? I'm being a little bit impatient. Meaning, I haven't waited for the paper to dry, and I'm already working wet on wet. I should wait for this to dry.
You work on a different part while it's wet.
Yeah.
Why have y'all been so busy lately? Oh my gosh, just busy. Just busy stuff, life stuff, adult stuff. I don't think you'd understand. Adulting stuff. You're right, you adult stuff, yeah.
This is a little bit dry. It's fine.
love drawing with you guys. It's so fun and motivating. Awesome.
So sweet.
Who's all drawing right now? This song sounds so familiar.
Oh, it's probably because you heard it a lot.
You probably heard it before. You guys like manhwa art styles?
Some of them I do. I feel like they tend to get really pretty boyish, but that's just more of a personal thing, which is not bad.
I'm drawing. Awesome. I would, but it's storming, so I unplugged my computer. Y'all just watching on your phone? It's not like this hasn't been on repeat for the past hour. Are you kidding me? It's been for 3 hours. 100%. I'm drawing. Awesome. Homework, huh? That's my reminder to get my lazy up and draw. Doing homework. Nice. Loveless.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to pull a big move and actually just put all this in basically very dark black.
Last time it stormed, I didn't unplug it and my motherboard got fried. Oh my gosh. Buy a surge protector. Or you can also get one of those batteries. They include a surge protector. Hey, you made me want to give drawing a chance. Do you have any tips for a complete beginner? That's awesome. I'm so glad you're wanting to give drawing a chance. Just have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry too much about the quality. Just focus on enjoying it and trying it. Think of yourself as an explorer, and you're experimenting and trying new stuff.
Yeah.
Don't get too
caught up in the weeds.
Yeah, don't get too caught up in stuff. When you're a beginner at something, just really focus on exploring and trying and testing new stuff. That's my advice. Try different stuff. Take some in-person art classes if you can. Maybe take some classes, watch some videos, join a community. You're all welcome to join our community. We have a Discord server. Just explore and experiment and try stuff.
Art doesn't have to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Just as we are not expected to be perfect.
Had one and it didn't save her. That's crazy. We're at 26k likes. Yep, it hasn't gone up in like 20 minutes. There's no iPad here, so we can't really do head pads right now. What's your favorite type of paper to draw on? Depends on the medium.
Yeah, it does.
This is a really nice paper to draw on.
It is very nice. Very versatile.
Like 1% done with my HW.
Ooh.
Hey, that's great. Can I join your Discord? Yes, you can. You can send us a direct message on TikTok and ask for the invite, and I'll send it to you. If yes, I do have it copied still. The Discord is super chill and fun. Big recommend.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah, it's really nice. I think
We have a lot of nice people.
a lot of nice people.
I just like the vibe, the community.
Yeah. We're totally bringing game night back sometime.
Yes.
You know, it's not actually that bad of an idea to do game night on like a different day of the week, maybe like Saturday night or something.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna consider that. Till 4 a.m. y'all go
4
to
a.m.?
bed.
How are you still alive?
Are you in Europe?
Oh.
I think Europe's like 8 or 9 hours ahead of us.
Okay, this is starting to look a little bit. What?
I want my cream pie system.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be easy though, but
Are you gonna have that for dinner tonight? Sure.
well, I don't know if we have enough. 4 a.m. in the UK.
there's just so little, and I want
There
to have
is
them.
very little. What do you have? You have your
I have my kimchi stew.
no, you have your chicken.
Oh yeah, my panko breaded
You
chicken.
can warm it up if it's still good, yummy. If it's not, we'll just throw it away.
I still have my kimchi stew that I said I would finish.
Oh yeah, there's that as well. I even had a bowl of that.
Yeah.
OMG, it's looking so good.
Yay.
Blushing over my own OC. Nice, Hannah. Why are so many of you up at 4?
They're night owls. Artists are night owls. That's the best way to explain it. I feel like another thing that really, makes people like this promotion is that people can actually see their stuff in real life going on, and they're like, I want it too. I wonder how we can replicate that with the other promotion.
I don't know.
Live crits?
Nah.
Nah.
I don't know about live critiques. So
I don't think people will be comfortable with
I
showing
think
their
we
stuff.
could try it.
Ooh, okay. Okay, I'm excited. Alright. Add a darker wash onto it. That's more like it.
What was that marker?
That was the acrylic.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I won't bleed that like last
I
time.
thought it was the
The watercolor?
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is looking more like how I envisioned.
These live streams are something I really look forward to, so I stay up to watch them. Awesome.
Yay! Whoa. It's actually somewhat blended in. It's whatever.
Crap. Huh?
So,
Really? Yeah.
I kind of like monochromatic characters because they're very easy to color. I don't have to worry about like color changes.
You know the funny thing? Most of the characters are monochromatic.
Yeah. The only super colorful one I think was Stardust OC.
Which one was that one?
That was the one with the blue hair and long braids that I drew. Oh, and Mysil's was very
Mysil's was
Mysil
really
was very
cool.
colorful.
My silly.
My silly.
Oh, that feels so cool. Whoa, do this. Like
Hold up,
grab
I'm
this and
locking
just like.
in.
I'm sure it's loud for chat.
Okay, let's see.
Just like grab this and like. Yeah. That's kind of cool, ain't it?
Weird. Ooh.
Not that loud to be honest. It's like ASMR for chat.
Alright,
BB chat
time to
ASMR.
go. Wait. Okay, silver.
But what would BB chat ASMR be?
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
did you draw this with acrylic markers? It looks amazing.
Mixed media.
It's
so
mixed media.
Bit of acrylic, bit of watercolor.
I think there were actually some different kinds of acrylic markers. We bought a couple packs to try different ones.
Mhm.
One of them was the shuttle art ones. One of them was the Escrow Wise. And did you try any of these ones yet?
Monsters Touch, yeah. There's some in there too.
Ooh. You guys have a favorite character to draw? Miki.
Ray.
You draw Miki more than Ray.
Lately, I have.
Mm-hmm. Miki is the best. The greatest, most fun OC of all of the history of humankind to draw. Hands down.
I would say she's also one of the easiest ones to draw.
Mm-hmm. I had to design her looking amazing and easy, so everybody wanted to draw her. People don't want to draw characters that are too hard to draw.
Like Ray. Ray's pretty hard to draw, to be honest.
Is there any... YouTubers slash videos you can recommend for learning the basics of art. We have stuff on our channel. I have a introduction video to art. It's like 2 hours long. It talks about a bunch of the fundamentals really quickly. We stream all the time. We teach a lot of that kind of stuff as well here on our streams. Basics of art. Honestly, if you want to learn the basics of art, I'd say just start drawing. Just start trying to draw stuff. Go outside, draw trees, draw rocks, plants, buildings, people. Just have fun with it. Experiment. It depends on what you want to get good at. And you probably won't know until you try different stuff. Do you guys have like stories of your OCs? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think speed drawing poses are beneficial? Speed drawing?
Like timed drawings?
I think timed poses are very beneficial. But if you're going to be doing short or long poses, I would recommend to use a process. So if you're going to be doing short poses, you'd probably want to do gesture drawing, which like captures the essence of the pose because you simply don't have enough time. If you're going to be doing longer poses, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 2 hours, you'd also want to use a process because if you don't approach it with a process, a lot of the time it'll be all over the place.
You know what this character reminds me of?
What?
It's like a dark-skinned version of Null's OC, Abe.
Yeah. Literally draw whatever, whenever, and challenge yourself to improve. Yeah, just have fun.
Alright. Where's my watercolor pen?
It looks like a character that Null's OC would be like partners with or friends with
Or enemies.
Or enemies. Don't mind us making lore. Inventing things in our heads.
I wanted it to be a little bit darker, not super purple.
I like the way
That's really Null.
Yep.
It says heh.
Is Miki a main character? She's the main character of the entire world.
Oh, brother. You make her sound like a Mary Sue.
Is that too bold?
That's, I think, a bit too bold.
She is the main character. Yes. Is that how I would say it?
Yeah, I think that's how you would say it.
I'd just say yes.
We want to say Miki's best girl without making her sound like an annoying Mary Sue. That's a challenge.
Yes, she is.
There it is. Okay.
I like that. I mean, she's pretty much the main character of the story. Well, there's 3 characters to the story that I came up with, that I have. Miki, Miko, and Abby, and they're, in the story, they're kids. Miki can talk to ghosts and can sense ghosts. Miko can, communicate with animals, and then Abby's just normal.
Abby is normal, but that's what makes her
And
so
they,
nice.
they grew up and they go on adventures. Who are your celebrity crushes? Colton's Miki. I have to, yes.
I'm wondering.
The main character of the world. Jester Thingy Doodles says, I'm the main character of the world. Wow. Good night, Till. Have a good sleep.
Hi, Till. Have a good sleep.
I'm continually sliding down in my chair. There we go. Good posture. Good posture.
You know what?
Now what do you want about?
Made him look like he had some.
Did you?
It kind of did. But I feel like it looks fine.
That's what you get for being so ballsy all the time.
No. Well,
It's
actually,
like-
it doesn't look that bad.
No, it doesn't look too bad.
Nah, I think
I'm
it's
gonna
fine.
do this. I'm gonna do that. Might as well get it. What if we grabbed a Sharpie and colored the eyeballs?
Ugh. Does that color work? I don't know about that one. What do you think? I want like a slightly lighter tone. Let me just test it out. Okay, I want this. Wait, that's not right. That's not gonna look right. No, that's too orange. I'm gonna have to use white instead. Give me that whatever that one is.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
That one.
This?
Yep.
Here you go.
This one, this one. Okay.
Bruh. I know. Why don't we make his lips mint green?
No, we're not gonna do that.
Loveless, mint green lips. You know you want it. He's been eating mint chocolate chip.
Mint chocolate chip. Okay, I think I know what I could do to fix this.
Let's see what it is. That'll do it.
Honestly, it would probably look.
Oh, that would
slick.
look sick.
That would look cool, but I don't
Heck,
think
it would
do
look good
that.
to get highlights in the hair of this color
Honestly.
too. No, thank you.
Okay, I have to think about this for a
Look.
second.
If the shape is correct, the color and value don't actually matter that much.
It doesn't look bad. I just shouldn't have done that.
Loveless, what do you think of these lips?
Are you fine with these lips, Loveless? Maybe I'm just being too critical of myself, but maybe you like it.
She couldn't get away forever. She couldn't get away with it forever, huh?
Nope.
Joe Mama, it's been a while. Joe Mama, and then there was Cosmo.
Yeah. There we go. A little bit of highlight there. There. Ooh.
That was old. Was that during our first 12-hour stream or something?
I think so.
They're okay, but IDK how I would change it. I'm still friends with Cosmo. Nice. That's fun.
This is the part where I needed to have
Have some restraint.
not just have some restraint, but figure out some problem solving.
I'm telling you, mint green.
No, we ain't doing the green.
Mint chocolate chip.
Okay, let me just do this really quick. I'm gonna do a digital drawing of this and see what kind of fixes I can make. And the possibility he doesn't look that bad. But I want to see what I can do on Procreate. This is where things get really fun. It's fine. Oh yeah.
Let's let chat see.
So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this adjustment and see what I can do. So let's say, what if I use the same color and I put it down here and I just covered it. That could work, but I think it's maybe it's because his skin tone is too light.
You could do another wash over the face.
I could do another wash over the face, so let me see what it would look like. Well, that's not a very good way to do it. Let me do a multiply. And let me go into airbrushing.
Ooh, you know what would be a sick stream?
What?
Airbrush stream.
Oh, airbrush
Like,
stream.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna cover this all.
Are y'all still here?
Are y'all still alive?
Are y'all even still here?
Let me erase this one.
Yup, yes, yeah, nice, no, yes.
This is not the best way to do this.
Definitely not the best way. I have no idea, bruh. Bam, 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 bam.
So what if I covered this? What the heck? What if I did this, but then made the skin tone darker? You know, actually that would actually work. I think.
Oh, we got Miko on. Miko, here she is. That's not the right character. Bro, Miko. Bruh. Miko. Huh? Why aren't you letting me transform, Miko? What the heck? All that clicking.
Oh. Let's see. Okay, this might actually save it.
Transform.
Oh my gosh, I think this saved it.
Oh,
yes,
there you
it
go.
saved it! Saved it, okay.
One of these days, you're gonna get yourself in a situation you can't cheese your way out
I
of.
know, this is a lesson to be learned.
That's better.
Yes, much better. Just didn't want to look like lipstick. Didn't want to look like he was wearing lipstick. Okay, okay.
Art is a process of self-discovery. Yay. Loveless says
So that
yay.
means, if she says yay, that means it's fixed.
Oh yeah. No, it's definitely fixed.
You just see though. Alright.
You lost one of your 9 lives.
I know I did.
You got pen marks on your hand.
Oh, I do.
On the side of your finger. No.
Oh, I do.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
And then I have to do a slight wash with...
I want mint green.
Where the heck? Where the heck is my watercolor? I always... Oh, there it is.
You could have mint green behind him.
Oh!
Green
Hey, maybe?
aura.
Aura. Ooh, aura. What do you think about that, Loveless?
I'm telling you, mint green would work in this illustration.
It would.
Y'all don't believe me. Quit messing with it.
No, I needed to tint this white a little bit more towards the original skin tone. There we go. Alright,
And
I'm
crits
happy.
would be happy. Loveless, you'd get brownie points from crits if we had mint green in this, mint green rim lighting. Yes.
Okay, I have to check about. I have to do it. I have to do this.
For real.
For real. Okay.
Mint green rim lighting would be poggers. Import that in, and I'll show you exactly. See, that's right, Anna. That's perfect.
Okay. Alright, so let's see if this one will look good with mint green lighting.
You could do it on his back, or you could do it on his front. Here,
Like,
let me cook.
okay.
That one needs to be like that. Done. The heck is my brush? That's a horrible brush for this. Sketching, inking, probably like this. Yeah. Do like this.
Ooh.
You could do like this.
Ooh!
You could do like that.
Loveless ain't gonna see this until it's done.
You could see like that. You could do like that. Okay, I I know all about rim light. I do a lot of rim light.
He knows where to put them. Who is this fine man? This is Lovelace's character.
You could do something like that pretty easily. There you go.
Lovelace, what do you think? Expert rim lighter. That actually makes him look
Rim lighting is
popular.
awesome. You know, Bakugan, when I worked on Bakugan cards, it was just rim lighting simulator day and night. It was all of the Bakugan cards, at least the ones that I worked on and the project that I was on. It was just rim light, rim light, rim light.
So, Lovelace, do you want that treatment?
And then you get Mentor Colton's input. It's a collab. Yes.
Yes. Great. We got the okay.
Now, what marker do we... Breath.
Careful.
What marker do we want? This goes closed. Snap. Bruh.
Oh, there's plenty down there.
Yippee. Heck yeah.
It's probably either between this
Probably
one.
this one.
Okay. Should we test it out? I'm gonna go with this one. This one feels more like... That one's closer.
I like this one.
No! That's on my screen!
Uh-oh.
Colton literally just painted on my... Come on.
I had to know.
Okay, calm down.
Yeah, they wipe off super easy.
Please?
You
You
just
scared me.
No, it's they wipe off super easy.
Okay. I'm gonna do a test on this one.
Colton.
Okay, so there's that one with this color. And then there's this one.
Ooh, mine's better. I like it. You can use which one you want, though.
They work good. I'll use yours.
I was in so much shock, I stopped my leg spamming. Well, we know the acrylic markers work on glass now. You only need to use my thing as a reference.
Huh? Yeah.
Now this is the real ballsy move. Ooh, that looks awesome. Colton's a menace today. You're lucky I don't take the paper in my mouth and
Oh, you better
shred
not.
it.
You better not.
You want to know why they call me Shredder? I know, that looks pretty sick, doesn't it? Purple and green go really, really
Purple
good
and green
together.
do go very good together.
It's like Joker colors almost.
It is. That gives it. It makes it so that it doesn't feel super monotonous because there's so much purple and stuff.
This ain't my first rodeo.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Hey, I did art direct both of our books.
You did. Where the heck is that?
Ooh.
Did it get darker? I think it did.
It will get darker.
I think the color did get
The
a little
color?
darker. I'm gonna put a little bit of mine on here to make
Sure.
it more like a light.
True collab.
Okay.
Look at this, boy.
Ooh.
Ooh, you definitely need some little dilly doos here.
Diddly doos.
Yeah, little highlight speculars.
Perfect. Should I darken the tone of this part right here, Colton?
I don't know. Brad, you're the artist.
It does have a gradient, but I feel like it's a bit too light.
Dang. This shuttle art acrylic markers are coming in clutch.
Let me actually do another test. I'm gonna see what this looks like with this.
I need to organize a little bit.
Yeah. So what if this one was toned down a bit?
Have you been shaken?
Yeah.
I need to get better at drawing different head shapes. Do it. Practice.
Yes, he needs a little bit of a darker tone. Feels like it's a little bit more even.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it, bro. You won't.
What do you mean?
Do it, you won't. I'm like the little cleanup crew. There's just so many markers everywhere. Why aren't you going in, Brad?
Yes. Okay.
Have you seen those TikToks, chat? And they like slow it down. And it's the cats.
Okay, that's not the right color. This one is. Wait.
Colton cleaning as an apology for drawing on Christina's screen.
Yes.
No, I'm cleaning so I don't lose my mind.
Let me think.
See ya, Joe Mama.
Bye.
If too many markers get taken out, we forget the order that they're in. I'm trying to protect the integrity of our art pack.
Adding a bit of dark on this side.
I don't know, Brian, you're the artist.
I'm just asking for your confirmation.
Confirmation. Request approved.
Loveless, what do you think? It originally doesn't have that dark, but I saw this one, I'm like, oh, I'd be ashamed to have.
Is that acrylic marker?
This is acrylic marker, yeah.
Where the heck does the black go? Is it down here? I think it's...
Black goes down here. It's on the right.
Oh my gosh. We gotta... I gotta make sure that these don't get disorganized.
It could work. That probably means she's not sure if I should do it.
What?
I already fixed the lips. Oops, sorry.
There we go. What? What's this?
Oh.
Now there's no spot for it. Is it the green? The greens are full.
I think it's one of these. This goes here. This goes probably in the top. Yeah.
Does it? Ion, no.
I think I'll just do this in watercolor. It's a lot safer.
I feel sick. Master's touch. Alright. Are these Master's touch ones kind of cool too?
Yeah, that works. That works. Perfect.
Yeah, that warm next to that cooler green light.
Okay.
I can't find a photo of the sorting if you tell me the brand, or I can find. It's the Shuttle Art. Oops. Shuttle Art acrylic paint marker 60. 60 pack. Whoa.
I'm really happy with how the hair turned out. The hair turned out exactly the way I wanted it.
Bruh.
Oh, did I do this again? Okay, now his name.
Yes, I love that.
You know, I should give him some purple smoke in the background.
Didn't I do rim lighting on DJ Death Lover's piece?
I think you did. Give him some aura.
Aura! No, I didn't. Well, a little bit, but not much. Ooh, the aura.
I'm gonna have to do this to Noel's character too.
Ooh.
So mysterious.
Stinky.
He's not.
Stinky
No,
boy.
he's not stinky. He's poisonous. He's
Ooh.
toxic. In a good way, not in a bad way.
Got that aura vibes.
Demon King vibes.
happy, Loveless?
Are
Do
you happy with
enjoy?
this? I'm sorry about the kerfuffle earlier. I
I've
apologize.
made an entire ruckus of this stream, and now your OC stream is forever tainted by my shenanigans.
Yes. Great. Alright, his name is... What?
Heh. His name is...
So guys, what do you think? Was it the original OC? In my style.
Draw us in your style.
What was in your style?
Aura Boy? We could just call him Aura Boy.
Or a boy. Where is it? Where's his face? Where's his name?
And
Okay.
Dingus, hello. Colton, you're so mature. Thank you.
Ooh. Moo.
Remember the Mua?
Yes.
Moo.
There you go.
Found your moo. Moo.
So silly.
Remember how your grandma had to listen to me moo?
Mute.
Not mew. Moo for like 12 hours straight?
Yep.
Christina's grandma watches these streams.
Done.
Not the Muas.
She can still hear it because she's on the stream.
Yep.
Alright. This one's done. I'm actually really happy with how the acrylic markers turned out.
Ooh!
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Fox.
Ooh. Woo.
That's perfect. Not the moose, Mo says.
No, we need... Wait, Loveless, do you have our books already? Do you want another set of signed books?
I think she already has those.
But she doesn't have signed books.
Oh yeah, she don't have signed
Yes.
Okay.
Loveless Chat is our oldest moderator. Not in age,
But
but she's been our moderator since before Anime Academy TikTok has even existed.
she's
You
an
heard
OG
right.
OG.
Yep, you heard correctly. Loveless has been with us since the days of Derpy Joestar,
Yes.
Charlie
And
Callahan, OG.
They don't
that
even
y'all
know
have
them.
never even heard
They
of.
don't
These
even
are like
know them.
these are like
Ooh.
generations ago for you guys.
Loveless, you might have a fan art of him from Null sometime on TikTok. He said maybe I should draw Loveless as OC.
Mm-hmm. Loveless is one of the oldest and wisest of our moderators.
I'm hungry.
Bro, I'm so hungry.
Well, chat, I think we're about to wrap up. This was a ride, but I'm really happy with how this turned out. Ooh, that's a nice side profile. Now I gotta figure out
Uh-huh.
what. What?
Colton took my advice. I may faint. The rim lighting, right? Yeah, that was a good idea. That was the advice, right? The rim lighting thing?
Yes.
I will steal
Chat's ideas and take credit for it. I'll never let anybody know it was actually Sherlindria.
Oh. Mass evil villain mode?
Oh, y'all have to keep that a secret. I'm kidding.
Oh, thanks, Shadow Fox.
Yahoo.
I'm ready to eat, bruh.
I'm ready to eat,
I don't
and
know
I'm
about
ready
y'all.
and I'm ready to digest the day. Digest the day after eating it. How do
I
you put this
hope-
all back together?
It's a complicated process. Wait, much too advanced.
Is it tilted?
Tilted towers?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yay! Not ready to go to school? Oh, I totally get that.
You have to put the back in first. So you back it in, like, slowly.
Okay.
There we
This is
go.
honestly a pretty cute storage.
Still didn't work. It is cute storage, but it
it's kinda
requires,
This is what it looks like. Ooh, that's heavy. All these tears. It's super cute though. Ooh.
Wait a second. Don't put that sticker on crooked. And whatever. I don't know how much this one cost. It's a 60 pack. I'm guessing maybe
It was kind of
$100
kind
bucks.
of pricey.
I don't remember.
This was really fun to do.
It's definitely these shuttle art ones are definitely my favorite.
I agree.
You could even write on your phone screen.
Yep.
60 or 70, maybe. I don't remember what it was.
Hmm.
Where did we order it from? Amazon?
Amazon, yeah. Oh well. Are your class online is your class online or in real life? So
67? That's not bad.
that's not bad. We have online classes which are pre-recorded, and we are currently running a live class that is through Zoom. But those are closed right
Yeah,
now.
they're sold
Those
out.
are sold out.
But you can get our recorded classes online, and if you sign up, you'll get 2 one-on-one calls
Two
that come
one-on-one
with it.
calls.
That's the promotion that we're running this month.
Yep.
Do you like those? I might buy them. I
I
really
like
like them.
I like them a
These
lot.
shuttle art markers, acrylic markers.
See how vibrant the purple
Yeah, they feel pretty
highlight
good.
goes against the black? Not the black, the dark. It's fantastic.
They're not a bad price either.
Mm-hmm.
Homie,
Ain't working.
chat. Chat.
Chat.
We'll cook chat.
I joined at 2 a.m. Now it's 4 a.m. Congratulations, you are potentially a regular now. We're staying for 2 hours. I would say a lot of people who come back again have stayed for like 2 hours. Or the
Yeah.
minimum. Or an hour.
Yeah. Wait. Make sure that's on all the way.
Eh.
Caps.
Yep.
Brianna.
Hey Brianna.
Hello. How's it going?
How's the baby?
Oh. How's the baby? How's the baby?
How's the baby?
How's both babies? Baby Chris and the baby Robbie, right?
Huh?
Robbie? Is that the
Robert?
Yeah.
Right?
He's great. Christopher says hi.
Oh hey.
Hi,
I
baby
would love to
Chris.
I'd love to see some baby pictures.
Big baby.
Big baby?
Yeah, big baby Chris.
I was like...
That's fun.
I was like, Robert can't be that big.
That's fun.
That's so nice. Getting taken care of as a new mother.
I'll send some pictures for
Yes,
sure.
I'd love to see them.
I don't want that.
It's
I
not
don't
that
even
bad.
know what it is.
It's orange.
It smells terrible. I'm not gonna lie.
It
Chat,
doesn't smell terrible. It smells like orange.
chat. It smells as bad as it looks.
Looks like pee.
It smells as bad as it
It doesn't
looks.
smell. No.
It's
it
not.
doesn't.
It's not just pee. It's like cloudy. It's like cloudy pee. You're drinking it. You're like looking at it.
No, I'm sniffing it to see if your point is valid. Okay, I guess I couldn't smell
It doesn't smell good. I told you. I'm not
But
lying.
it tastes good. Just taste it.
All right.
It's not that bad. You don't need to hold.
I can't taste anything. Now I can. I unplugged my nose.
What is this orange beverage? Colin doesn't like this brand. It's called Poppy.
Oh, it's a poppy. I still hate it.
I know.
But I
it's
like
the
the brand
orange
name.
one.
I'm biased because my parents' cat's name is Poppy, and I love Poppy. I need to cleanse my palate with something.
Okay, I think I'm feeling a bit weak. I need food.
I've been feeling weak for hours.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It takes so long.
So good and tasty.
I take so long with these pieces, but I want to make sure that they look nice, and then you get starved.
OMG, that looks so good and tasty.
Thank you.
Look at this. Oh my gosh, look at the color of that.
So pretty.
Y'all wanna know what looks good? This looks good. Look at that. Wait, you have a full drink back there, don't
You
you?
can have some of mine.
I'll just dump it into mine.
Yeah, do it.
We got the same thing to drink earlier.
Yep, we got, was it passion fruit tea?
Passion fruit tea.
It's unsweetened and it's quite good.
It's unsweetened.
No, it ain't doo-doo water, no.
Doo-doo water. I'll send you in the doo-doo
Realm?
timeout.
Doo-doo timeout.
Bro,
What?
the regular versus the large, there's so little difference.
So little difference? Meaning like it's basically a large?
Well, I did have some real left.
Oh. Oh wow, basically filled it right back up.
More fuel. This is not doo-doo water. Look at this.
It's gorgeous water.
Look at the... Hold on. I'm going to make sure that's on perfectly. Look at the perfect, the beautiful, golden brown... Let me, like, take this light and put it behind it. Look at that!
Where?
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, that's pretty. Look, amber.
Oh, my gosh. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Should have done it in this camera, but that would actually be pretty risky.
Hmm?
So you could do it in this camera, but that'd be pretty risky. Yeah, that would not be good. Don't look.
I just know it smells good. Oh, my gosh. It smells like... Bruh, that smells so good. Smell that. Give it a good sneak.
Smells like tea.
Well, chat, I'm afraid to say that our time is coming to an end together for tonight. I spilled on the desk. We should do like a coffee drawing sometime.
Oh yeah, we should do a coffee drawing.
So, with that said, we're going to wrap it up for the night. Sorry that we started about an hour late, but we have been live for about 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Which is pretty much standard anyways.
So we're on schedule. We will talk to you Friday. Challenges. Let's go. If y'all haven't started doing the challenges in the Discord server yet, get on it. There's still time to draw and finish by the time the show happens. Huh?
I need to remember to do one.
Is it like a purple shirt?
No,
Pinkish
it's
purple?
Pinkish. Well,
Kind of cool.
It's more pinkish, but it's cool in the light, and it looks more purplish.
Hair.
All right, have a good night, everyone.
Yes.
Thanks, Palm
Palm
Poop.
Poop, hello.
I didn't know you were here, but I'm glad that you were here.
Nighty night. Good night, everybody. Fox, hope you get better. Whoever else is sick, hope you get better.
Mm-hmm.
Hope Dahlia gets better. Is Dahlia sick again, too?
Probably.
Awesome.
Thank you for feeding me your content. You're welcome.
Thank you, everybody. Ooh, someone turned in their home. All right. Wait. Never mind.
This is not the one.
That's not the. I was like, what? Okay. All right. Good night, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
I wish we had like a cool ending song that
I know.
and everybody posts like the crying faces in the chat.
It ain't like
See
Twitch.
ya. How the heck do I stop this thing, bro? Oh, there we go. See ya.
Bye.
And
YouTube. YouTube.
I hope you have a good night, YouTube. We will talk to you later. Thank you for coming by. And yeah, see you Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Bye bye.